How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, well-worn condom, purple phantom. How you doing, purple phantom? Boussard, Hammy, I'm so sorry. I know it's really, really late slash early. I've actually been kind of thrown off recently. Epic Player 62, by the way, Boussard. Nice seeing y'all in the chat. Hey Dan, what's up? Packing. But yeah, no, after the stream the other day, I chewed on the fucking amiibo candy. It was the last time I shoved the amiibo candy in my mouth. I chewed it a little wrong and fucked up, like, I already have kind of like a bad cavity over here. And just, it's not like it was like a marshmallow or something. Really set off my mouth after that. And then I had like really bad tooth pain for like the rest of that night into the next day. And I couldn't sleep, and the kids above us were pounding. It was bad. So my sleep schedule has been kind of off shifted by all of that stuff. And obviously I'm moving in, a handful of days here. I keep saying a handful. That's my new thing recently. I've been saying a handful of things. How proper of me, I guess. I don't know. Just a couple handfuls of days left until I'm moving. I'm just moving right around the corner. If you didn't know. I'm sure I'll be repeating that throughout the stream probably, because people will be like, "You're moving, Mother Boy, T-Love, RG, how y'all doing?" Everybody's rolling in, hell yeah. So yeah, I'm moving right around the corner, not going far. Fisher wants to say hi. Come here, Fisher. Come on. I believe in you. You can jump up and get it. Come on now. Ooh. No, he became very disinterested after I started singing. You want it up? Come on. There you go. Was that a tough jump or something? Moving, yeah. I could set that up. Right around the corner. Good meowing to you as well. So no games this stream? No games this stream. I'm just going to be packing up and such. Games next stream. Just because I'm packing and everything doesn't mean we're not going to be streaming. Just right now I'm going to be packing. I think things kind of got like really fucked up by my tooth not hurting, because I wanted to stream later that day by the time I was laying on the couch in pain and feeling like shit. I actually played a bunch of Super Hot because that was free on Games for Gold on Xbox Live. So I beat that, and I'm sure I'll play that on stream at some point. That's a really fun game. Yeah, I just focused on that. My tooth was really killing me. And so it's thrown things off, and I really need to get packing on a lot of things. So yeah, doing a Blu-ray packing stream right now. Next stream will probably be either later tonight or Monday. Either way, we're definitely doing the Telltale Batman on Tuesday night, or Tuesday, kind of like, closer, around 8 or something like that. Kind of a bit more of a reasonable time. But yeah, all the things. That's a lot of packing behind you, I bet. Yeah, well, that's one of the things, like I said in the Discord about like 20 minutes, half an hour ago, like I'm going to be starting up the stream soon, and then spent the rest of that time taping up boxes, because Liz got a bunch of boxes from work. What does that sound? Is that my chair? Oh my goodness, it's super creaky. I need to get some like oil or something for this chair and for this thing. Lots of things. Oh, you're a beautiful kitty. Mwah. How you doing, bud? You been okay? I haven't been able to hang out with him. He's just been meowing at me I put his bed over there. They don't like it when things kind of get just upended, and when they know they've been through a couple moves at this point. They know it's not a fun time. So WD-40 that sucker. You're right there, T-Love. Gotta go. No worries. Boussard, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Ricky, so he can move to a bigger and cheaper place. Yes, no, that's absolutely true. The place I'm moving to is a 2-bed, 2-bath now, as opposed to the 1-bed, 1-bath we're in now, and it's actually cheaper. So yeah, it's gonna be good. But all the things, kitties, and they get really stressed when the moving stuff is happening. They've already been a little stressed recently in general. Kitties. We've been trying to, fix their diet a little bit. Cooper's been, he's been getting bigger and bigger, and we took him to the vet, and they gave us some of his like dietary food and stuff. So we're figuring out the feeding of that. Oh, cat hair everywhere, Fisher. Oh my goodness. And that's another thing. Cat hair everywhere. I don't know if the next place is exactly like this, where our little cubby space, our little dining room is all, the kitchen floor with the linoleum, because Our last place, the dining room was carpeted. I kind of hope that's what it is. I don't know exactly. I know the layout of the place. I just haven't specifically seen it. But yeah. Hi, I'm Dan. Only 17 viewers. Damn. Unblock Zippity Zap. How you doing? Yeah, it's really late. It's like really late / early. Generally around this time is the time when I get, if I start now, I get the least amount of people. People trickle in throughout the morning though, once people start waking up. Hump J Bear, how you doing? Thank you for the 14 months in a row. What the hell? I need to turn this up so I can hear things. Thank you so much for the 14 months. That's very, very sweet of you. Josh Almighty 97, how you doing? Nice seeing you in the chat. Oh, kitty. But yes, you want to sit like a baby? Do you? Oh my goodness, you do. Oh my gosh, you were just straight rolling into that. You little baby. Oh, buddy. He's laying on my chest. He doesn't usually just lay right into my chest. That was the most adorable things in the world. Your Trivia Josh. Oh, nice. Hey, Trivia Josh. You have 2 accounts. I don't know why you have 2 accounts. Wub, how you doing? Wub's back. Oh my goodness. Oh, Fisher, you're trying to. He's like, I know you're gonna like this, and so you're not gonna want to do anything but just cuddle with the kitty. My goodness, Fisher. Oh, now do you want to be gone? He's like, I'm looking over there. Hi. Would you like the rest of the stream for me to just be cuddling you? He's like, yes. You want down now? That was adorable, buddy. Now you have to go shock things and short everything out. What are you doing? He's looking under my desk right now. You smell something good in there? There's a lot of shit in there that I need to pack up at some point. He's like, I smell gold. Fisher's the fucking cutest. I know! Fisher's, that was 5 years ago almost at this. No, he is 5. So it's almost, in August, he's going to be 6. That's crazy. Yeah, no, he was a little baby. That first video I ever filmed was the first day I got him. I had already assembled the cat tower. I had the litter box I had everything ready. And he was home. He is such a daddy's boy. It's embarrassing. He just, no matter what, is always around me. He always wants to be doing what I'm doing. Oh, buddy. And he just loves cuddles. They all love cuddles. Bump, 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 bump. But as Cooper and Hugo, Liz's cats, they're very partial to her. Fisher is very partial to me. Hi. But we all hang out and cuddle together. Yes. Hi, I'm Dan. You've been a fan since 2011. Crazy how far you've come. You've done some great. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, no, people have been so supportive here on Twitch. I've been having a lot of fun doing that. I've been looking to get back and doing some YouTube stuff as well, more so focusing on movies. But this last month, I've been working on video game stuff. Dex is working on his own video game, so I've been doing some motion graphics with him on that. And recently I've been packing. So I haven't been able to focus much on YouTube, but yes, more YouTubes. More YouTubes coming soon after the move. And after I can kind of just, but I've been just more so focusing on streaming because that's, how I've, been financially stable is streaming and everything because the YouTube stuff isn't quite as it once was. All right, Fisher, I love you so much. You can play in the empty boxes and we're going to start packing here because I got to get packing. We gotta get packing. All right, so I'm gonna crank this up. Maybe I should move this. Crank it up and then do the screech. Should I do this? Would this be better? I'm rolling away, y'all. I'm rolling away. Shit, Dan, you're up late. Am I? Here, what if I did this? I could move this here. Oh my goodness. Now you're just gonna see side profile me looking at. Wait, no, the chat's that. Wait, hold on. We got this. Maybe no. Is this all a terrible idea? I guess if I'm looking at the chat here, do you guys care if I'm profile Dan when I'm reading the chat and stuff? Maybe. Yes. No. Maybe so. And we can talk about movies as I pull movies down because that's kind of the plan here. Dan needs to buy new clothes that fits. Well, no, I know. I need to. I actually fit in larges now, and I do have a handful. I'm saying handful again. I do have a good 5 like large sized shirts. So there aren't too many that I don't have too many. I have a bajillion extra large shirts that are all stretched out. I was wearing like I was trying to wear like some of my old Creature shirts. I tried to wear my one in a million shirt yesterday, and I put it on, and it's just so stretched. Like, it's just so stark and stretched. That used to be the shirt I loved to wear because it was like, it's the one that fit the best when I was the fattest. It just really, now it's just so stretched out that it kind of, and it's so just so loose on me. It just kind of drapes over, and it kind of just like moves like that. It's like I'm wearing like a little dress or something. Hey, Anka, how you doing? I'm staying in Colorado. I'm just moving right around the corner. It's just like my last move. I'm just going from a 1 bed, 1 bath to a 2 bed, 2 bath. Oh yeah, I should probably look over here. I guess I could look over both places here. It doesn't really matter. I could look at the chat there. I could look at the chat here. But this way I can see all the updates and stuff. So yeah, hi, I'm Dan. All right. And at some points, we're not going to talk about every single movie on here. I'm just going to be grabbing handfuls and shoving them in. But I figured we could just talk some movies while I'm doing that. I don't know. Hi, I'm Dan. Yeah. You should stream me making a machinima, then upload it. Best of both worlds. Oh, no, yeah, no. I want to do... I want to make some... I have some ideas for a stream, like, I'm live videos. Like, I want to make it just, like, several... just little shorts that I can upload when I'm live on Twitch. Just, you know, hey, I'm live, and I'll just make like 4 or 5 different like individual just little short films that I can upload every single time I'm live, so people know I'm live. But there's also a funny little thing if people have never seen it. I figured that'd be pretty funny. I have a couple ideas for that. One's like a Lassie thing that would be pretty good. But yeah. So, yes, I do have ideas for that stuff and all those things. Let's talk about, while I'm shoving movies in a box, yeah, I have, this is my, like, director section right here, kind of, for, like, literally a couple spots. It kind of switches around. There's directors up here, and there's also directors down here, and right here, but then it turns into, like, franchises and then kind of genre stuff. But then it turns into directors. I don't know, how many other James Cameron movies do I have? Because sometimes I try to separate things by directors, but at the same time, there's so many franchise things that I also like to keep together. So, like, I have other James Cameron movies, but they're over with the Terminators. But what do y'all think of the Avatar series? And, I mean, they're filming, what, 2 and 3 right now, I think, simultaneously. I don't think they're filming them all. I know the idea was to do them back to back. But he was saying, like, you know, if 2 and 3 don't do well, we obviously wouldn't release 4 and 5 or whatever. Because he's making 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's making 4 movies. Out of the Avatars, and he said every single one, Stephen Lang, the bad, you know, you're not in Kansas anymore, that guy, he's the bad guy in every single one of them. You know, obviously there will be other threats, I'm sure, as well, and other bad guys he's sided with and stuff, but, you know, he died in the first one. Like, I don't know, hi, I'm Dan. Why not keep Dancing Bane with some EDM with the words Dan's on? Dan's on, oh yeah, I need to turn on music, by the way. I wanted to do that real quick. And let's just turn that down. That'll be good. Is that good? Does that sound good, everybody? There might be a slight echo with the music, but I don't think that should be too much of a problem, hopefully. Just do like this or something. Yeah, I don't know. Just finished Logan Lucky. That shit was fucking awesome. I know, I watched it twice recently. Liz, I watched it once the other day. And then I shared it with Liz because I was talking about it so much, and I was like, let's just watch it. And we watched it. And I think she liked it. But yeah, Logan Lucky's great. Think you can go over Blu-rays you've added to your collection as your pack? And yeah, there aren't too many. Since the 7 months or so since I last moved, I don't think there's only like maybe 10 new Blu-rays. I haven't really kind of gone crazy. Oh, dang, Hall Eater. Oh, that's not good. That's not funny. Your teeth are loose. That's really not good. Holy crap. Avatar isn't bad, but it's meh. Avatar better be good. Do you think, I thought Avatar 1 was visually amazing. I think technologically pushed a lot of things and was pretty incredible. The 3D wave that came afterwards, I think some movies warranted the 3D, some didn't, and I didn't mind some of them. I remember we saw The Avengers in 3D the first time we saw it, and I thought it was great, and I found out that was post-converted, and I was like, that was post-converted? Like, that looked like it was filmed in 3D at points. But obviously you're doing a lot of digital effects and stuff, and I think that's probably easier to convert to 3D, but yeah, I thought it was pretty, I don't know. Story-wise, some of it was good. Like, half of it was good. It was very generic, but I thought, like, I was still invested in it, and there's some really, like, cool shit in that movie. I like the training of the Banshees and stuff. Like, I had flipped it on the other day when it was on, and I at one point was just like, it's not a terrible movie. Like, when I flip it around to it on TV, I engage a little bit. I didn't watch it all because it's a long ass movie. But there was a period where I was pretty obsessed with it. I saw it in IMAX 3D Avatar, like proper, like the big, like went to Myrtle Beach to the large IMAX screen, not like one of the smaller IMAX screens, like the big one. And saw that in 3D, and that was pretty incredible. That was the extended edition too, the one that I have on Blu-ray. Yeah. Possibly one of the best heist movies you've seen in recent. Logan Lucky, yeah. No, I agree. No, I agree, Hump J. Bear. Very generic story. But I mean, just like you can't deny that like just technologically. I don't know, it's still a decent movie. It's still a decent movie, even though it's a story you've seen a bajillion times. It's still done really well. So, yeah, it's just too long. But then he's gonna make 4 more, so who knows? I always thought Alien Dragons were cool. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's the whole Taruk Makto stuff. I've seen that movie too many times. I've probably seen it like 7 times at this point. I don't know. Saw it a couple times in theaters, I think. Yes, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Liz and I we're going through those. We still haven't finished the last one, but we're going through the extendeds, and we watched the first 2 of the Lord of the Rings. And I'm gonna keep putting things in this box, otherwise it's never gonna get done. But the special effects still, they still look great. And I mean, some of them aren't the most amazing, but some of them are really, really incredible. And Two Towers has some of the best special effects, like a lot of the Isengard stuff with all the orcs just standing out with their spears up, pulling back from the shot of Sauron just going to the entire crowd. And that movie has aged very well. It's nice going through movies that you love and you're like, oh good, they still look great, just like I remembered. Haven't watched those movies since you were 12. Oh man, Lord of the Rings, more Dorios. More Dorios, you literally just appeared. The best. Helm's Deep, son. I mean, Helm's Deep is still, yeah, it's incredible. But yeah. So yeah, I have those James Camerons, and then I have the, I don't have, what's it called yet? Baby Driver. I do not have Baby Driver yet. Pockets! Pockets, thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. How you doing, Pockets? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Batcave, Pockets. Ooh, Batdan's had a little, he got kind of, sad. He was, almost crying, even. I don't know, though. He doesn't define what those random noises he makes are. But you got it out of him, Pockets. And you know what? Good on you. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime, though. I appreciate it. Helm's Deep is literally just a movie within the movie. Well, and it takes breaks to cut back to the Ent stuff, so it's kind of broken up pretty well. But yeah, no, Edgar Wright movies. I have everything but Baby Driver. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, the Cornetto trilogy, and then Scott Pilgrim. That's all of his movies, right? And then everything but Baby Driver. I'd love to get Baby Driver. I like that movie a lot. I've seen it a couple times. That's a pretty great one. I really wish he would have gotten to done Ant-Man. You think at this point, with like the atmosphere around Marvel now, where you have like Taika Waititi making Thor Ragnarok like just an out-and-out comedy, where it's like joke, like kind of movie at points. I just feel like at this point, there'd probably be some sort of I think, unless there was some just really irreconcilable personality differences between the people working, because that was around the time. When was he working on Ant-Man? I mean, he had been working on Ant-Man for a while. Wasn't that around before the Avengers came out? Wasn't it that was announced? Like, because that was supposed to be like a Phase 2 thing, or it was the Phase 2 thing. Let's see here. Was Ant-Man wrapped up after? Oh yeah, it was after Age of Ultron. So yeah, it was, cat hair. It was supposed to be like the capper to that series. Sorry, I'm unwrapping the label off of the thing, which I'm sure sounds amazing. I just feel like, I don't know, it was missed opportunity. Not that I don't like Peyton Reed's Ant-Man, and I'm excited for Ant-Man and Wasp. It looks more out there than the first one, so I'm excited for that. So yeah, I don't know. Hi, I'm Dan. Yeah, and James Gunn. Yeah. So I mean, it's a real shame that it didn't work out for Edgar Wright, because he was so passionate about it, and they still used. They went off his script and, obviously rewrote it. Paul Rudd rewrote it with Adam McKay. I don't know. I just feel like that could have really been something great. I have this thing stuck on my finger. But a bit of a missed opportunity. Goon! Sorry, the rate is a lot lower than the host. Oh, no worries. Wasn't working when you ended your stream. Oh, no worries. Thanks for the raid /host. How you doing, Goon? Hope you had a good stream. Did you watch Attack the Block? Yes, no, I did watch Attack the Block. I remember watching that in First Creature House. We all sat down and watched that at one point. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, it had Nick Frost in there briefly, John Boyega, obviously, kind of the beginning of his career. And he hasn't gone anywhere, that John Boyega. See Pacific Rim Uprising starring John Boyega this week. Anyway, no, which I haven't seen. I haven't been to the movies recently. I have my ticket for Infinity War in IMAX. I'm definitely going to go see that IMAX 3D. That'll be incredible. I saw Black Panther in IMAX. Wasn't it 3D? I definitely saw it in IMAX. I think it was only 2D, though. Isn't that crazy? There's like 2 movies that are going to feature battles in Wakanda, like months apart from each other within the MCU. Anyway, that's crazy. Hi, I'm Dan. Yeah. So I haven't really been to the movies too much recently, but Attack the Block's great. Ragnarok was great. You love that haircut? Oh yeah, that haircut was pretty damn good. It's better than the wig they keep putting on him, Move away from Big Bad Villain with a Doomsday Plan formula. Well, I mean, let's see how Infinity War goes. Supposedly they're really kind of pulling out the stops to make that make Thanos different or whatever, or more relatable. I mean, a lot of the movie's going to focus on Thanos, so I'm curious on that. You're gonna say A Quiet Place next week when it comes out. You know what? I did not know that John Krasinski. Speaking of, that's hilarious. That I wanted to get to this topic. That leads into my thing, Snurfles, and thank you for that lead-in. John Krasinski is starring in the upcoming Jack Ryan series on Amazon. I'm a big fan of the Jack Ryan series. I read a lot of the books. I have most of the books. I mean, at this point, if a book has been released in the Jack Ryan series in the last, I don't know, 10 years. I don't own it, but I own all the other ones and first editions too, and in really good condition. They're just at my parents' house. But the Jack Ryan series, I love these movies. If you've never seen any of the Jack Ryan series, they're not specifically called Jack Ryan until recently. They started kind of just slapping Jack Ryan's name on the title of everything. But The Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, The Sum of All Fears, and Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. So you've had like Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, and Chris Pine have all played Jack Ryan at this point in various movies throughout the decades. And I love these movies so much. All of them are, I think every single one of them, I mean, they all have, they're all good. I don't think any of them are bad. They're all great in their own right, and it's interesting to see the different actors who have played Jack Ryan. It's kind of like James Bond, except for there's been so many more one-shots of Bonds. There's been a lot of George Lazenby's of this series, but John Krasinski is starring in the Amazon series, and he was I remember, I'm a big John Krasinski fan. I think he's a really creative dude. I think he's a great writer. I think he's I haven't seen his I should watch more of his things, but I've seen him talk more than I've seen his stuff, and I think he's a really interesting guy. And I didn't know he co-wrote or rewrote and directed the movie. I had just seen the previews, and Liz, loves horror movies and those kind of movies, those kind of thrillers or suspense movies, and I do too, I do as well. So it's been on our radar, and we're excited to go see it. But I just literally watched an interview with him earlier. Jake Hamilton, if you don't know Jake's Takes on YouTube, just search Jake's Takes and John Krasinski or something, or A Quiet Place. He just did an interview with him and Emily Blunt, who I didn't know he was married to. But he was talking about, just the reading he had initially read the script, and then they went and rewrote it and all that stuff. So I didn't know he wrote and directed it, which is interesting. But yes. Anybody into the Jack Ryan series? Yay, nay, no? You got me, lol. When was the last time you were Uncle Tommy? Uncle Tommy was here. Oh my gosh, Pockets. Halloween was the last time Uncle Tommy was here? Or was Uncle Tommy here after then? I don't know. Might have just been that. Well, Taya, how you doing? Nice to see you. Only weak point was Ragnarok was Paper Thin Dylan. Yeah. I mean, the movie wasn't really focused on her too much. It was more so she was like a featuring side thing. I did like her, but she was just kind of like a side character more than anything. She was as much of a character as Carl Urban was, kind of, Like, she wasn't like... I don't know. She didn't really steal the show from me. I think, like... I don't know, it was focused on a lot of Thor and his adventure elsewhere. It's like Thor featuring all these other characters that he runs across in this adventure. Like, it's never really focused at one. It's so, like, all over the place throughout a lot of the movie. I don't know. You love John Krasinski. He became your favorite actor when you watched The Office. Loved him in 13 Hours. Excited to see A Quiet Place. Yeah, I haven't really seen any of his serious stuff. Like, I own... I actually don't even know if I own it anymore. I own... Shit, that movie he did with Matt Damon. It's on here somewhere. I thought it was around Good Will Hunting, but... what is it called? Borrowed Land or something like that? Promised Land. That's somewhere on here. I still haven't watched that yet. There's plenty of movies on here that I've bought, but I have not watched. A la the Fast and the Furious franchise. I have 1 through Fast 5, and I really have only watched the first 2. That was another one I watched in the first Creature House. I was watching those just in the basement. And yeah, I could only really get through... I don't know, I fell asleep during Too Fast, I think. I didn't really like Too Fast, Too Furious too much. It felt too much like they were trying to go a little Bondy with it, which, I mean, the series kind of does go, but I don't know, I didn't dig it as much. And Tyrese and Paul Walker, and no Vin Diesel. I love Vin Diesel so much that it's tough to watch one of those without Vin Diesel. I know he came back I know more than I should about that series for having not watched any of them because I really have watched like all the peripheral stuff around all the movies and the releases. I've watched all the reviews. I've watched like all the honest trailers. I've watched all the CinemaSins. I've watched all the like videos talking about all these movies, but I haven't watched them. I really should, you know. But I also don't know the specifics. Like, it's more so the last few of them that they released that I've done that. So there's like the blur around the Fast 5, Fast 4 timeline that I kind of don't really know about too much. It's really weird. Yeah. Oh, yeah, The Office. The Office is great. I've only seen I've seen plenty of episodes, like random episodes of the American Office, but I've seen the entire English Office, and I love the English Office. I don't think the American Office really follows quite the arc that the English Office goes, but I just like, yeah. And I need to watch the Life of David Brent documentary thing, that movie that they did a while ago. It's on Netflix, but I haven't watched it. But yes, Liz and I were going through the American Office not too long ago, and it was funny because we had been watching some of the British Office as well, and it's funny some of the reused jokes, some of the jokes that they reuse, and stuff. It's pretty good. Kind of wish Loki was less of a tool in Ragnarok. Yeah, I hear you. But I mean, Loki's been a tool from day one. I mean, Avengers, he's a tool. He's literally Thanos' tool. But hi, I'm Dan. The Bourne series of movies. The Bournes. And featuring Bourne Legacy. I don't have Jason Bourne. I don't, for a lot of these series, I kind of trail off towards the end. Because at one point I was like, I'm gonna collect them all! But they're still putting them out. And they're not that great. So do you just keep collecting? I mean, I've heard the Fast movies get better and better, but I'm trying to fit, like, do I have like a 2 movie? I guess I could just kind of kern over here. It'll be fine. I just want to make sure I don't split this shit up too much that I get lost when I'm unpacking, or I have to do too much work, because I spent so much time sorting these a couple months ago. I mean, they're going to be a little out of order anyway, but it's not a big deal. Bourne movie was Bloodborne. That was the best Bourne movie. Have you seen Extras? Yes, I have, Hump J. Bear. I love Extras. I actually probably like Extras more than I like The Office. Just because Extras, I mean, both, I don't know if I teared up at the end of the British Office. I just liked the end of the British Office. I think that Extras actually made me tear up at the end. And I think it was the last Christmas special, the final one that they were on, where he was on the Big Brother or whatever. Yeah, that was really good, and I really liked that whole series. I really liked. You having a laugh? I was trying to watch. I think Liz and I went through a little bit of the first and beginning of the second season of that at some point. Hi, I'm Dan. Big Hero 6. Has anybody seen Big Hero 6? I really enjoyed this movie. This movie's just fun. It's super predictable. I called it, like, the second stuff happened. I was like, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen. Damn it, man, kick some cans. Kick some cans, Narutami, how you doing? Thank you for the 100 bitos. Kick some cans. I kicked my desk and a cord for the PSVR. Is that, I probably just broke that cord. Does that count as a can? I don't know. But yes, Big Hero 6. Love this movie. Wings! The part where he says wings. Oh my goodness. I lost my shit when I watched that movie. It's just, it's a delight. It's a delight. Paranorman 3D. I still haven't watched Frankenweenie. I have Frankenweenie in 3D. By the way, my 3D setup at home, if you don't know, is I have a projector screen. But I can also do, for like 3D Blu-rays and stuff, I just bought these little glasses. Since I have the projector, there's these glasses that have this thing on the front that literally just detect the type of signal that the 3D is, and you just push the button on the top, it scans the signal, and then it just, like, does its thing and makes it, like, you know, translates the thing. So, like, the glasses just have to be charged by USB, and they're just, like, I don't have to, and they were, like, $30 per. That's not too bad. And I have, like, home theater quality 3D. That's pretty awesome. So, I don't take advantage of it too much. I haven't really, like, since I moved the last time 7 months ago, I haven't really done too many 3D movies. I don't think I've probably only watched maybe one maybe. I don't even know if I've broken out the 3D glasses since we've moved. But I definitely need to get those charged up, and just because Liz doesn't really like 3D too much. I don't really know too many people who like 3D so as much as I do. I just like it. I just like it, man. Big Hero 6, never heard of it. What? Big Hero 6 is so good. Some of these are still in their cases. Oh yeah, or like still in wrapping. You love that movie? It's the best. Great, turned you on to Fall Out Boy. Narutami, you remember me, boyo? Also good job. Oh, yeah, of course I remember you. What do you mean? You haven't been gone like super long or anything. How you doing? Big Hero 6 comics were a bit cooler than the movie in terms of character. I haven't really read those comics or anything, so yeah. May I ask why you're packing? I'm moving, Lammy. I'm moving in like 4 or 5 days. I'm moving so soon. Just right around the corner. So yeah, but to a bigger place. Going from a 1-bed, 1-bath to a 2-bed, 2-bath. So very, very, very excited about that, and it's cheaper. So I made out. So movies I've never seen. The Goonies and Gremlins 2. Now, I have seen parts of the Gremlins movies on TV growing up, just flipping through. But I never landed on them and watched them too much. I probably have seen more of the second one than I've seen of the first one. It's kind of like Ghostbusters. I grew up watching... I had seen Ghostbusters 2 a couple of times, and I'd never seen the first Ghostbusters until recently, and woof, I didn't like it as much as I liked the second one. Not that I've liked the second one now, I don't know, I haven't gone back and watched the second one, but I watched a lot as a kid, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't like the first Ghostbusters too much. I don't know. Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm a weird movie person, but yes, The Goonies, I've never seen it. I've seen memes from it, like the truffle shovel and everything. I was a chubby kid once. And I still am. I got my little tube. I could still do the truffle shovel. Steven Spielberg presents The Goonies. I know it has, like, you know, Josh Brolin and all those other kids. It has Short Round and Sean Astin and I don't know who else, but other people. And Gremlins, yeah, I've just seen parts of. So is that weird? Am I a weird person for having not seen any of those? You've never seen The Goonies? That movie made you want to become a filmmaker? Well, I saw so many other Steven Spielberg actual directed movies. No, I did see a part when I was a child. There was a movie channel that came in really garbled, like scrambled and such, but I could still make it out, kind of. And it was the scene with the dude with the messed up face, the really, like, the warped face looking guy freaking out. And it scared the shit out of me, and I know he's a good guy. I've seen that part as well, like later when he's nice or whatever, but like I haven't, yeah, that's all I saw of it as a kid. So yeah, hi, I'm Dan. All the Superman, the movie, Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, and Superman Returns. That's quite a collection right there. I haven't watched the Donner cut of Superman 2. I've just really kind of heard it described, and more so than seen it myself, but it seems like that's the reason why I bought the Blu-ray was because I wanted to check it out myself. Just because I'm a big fan of Superman and Superman 2. Like, I remember watching Superman 2 and I didn't know the story, you know, behind Richard Donner being, you know, having shot a good portion of the movie being taken off the movie and all that stuff. So that fascinated me, and I bought the Blu-ray, and I haven't watched it yet. So one day. That's so many of my Blu-rays. I own so many movies, and I've seen a lot of them, but I haven't also, you know, not. There's a good chunk that I also haven't seen that I want to see at some point. There's 3-hour version of the first Superman movie. I don't know if that's just Superman the movie. I don't think that's the extended of that. But yes, I have heard of that as well, RG. Never seen Goonies, saw Gremlins many times, but it was a while since you've seen the Gremlins. I gotcha. Richard Donner wrote and directed that movie. Also made 1980 Superman movies. No, I know, and that's why they were right there. They were so close to each other. Hi, I'm Dan. Non-stop, one of my favorite Creature movie nights. Probably my favorite Creature movie night, because it reminds me of like a little, you know, just like theater play. that yeah, no, I thought that one turned out pretty good. But yeah, I Am Dan. And also a terribly fun movie. So how do I make this? I gotta figure out how I'm gonna stack these here. Maybe I'll start doing this here. Should I push that out? All right, this could work out. This could work out. Birdman, I still haven't finished this yet. I got like halfway through that one, and I fell asleep, I think. Not because it was boring. Then I think I tried to start watching it on a plane again at some point, and then it got to a point where I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this with people sitting next to me because something weird's happening on screen that I don't have to explain to the old lady who was engaging in conversation with me the entire time. Hi, I'm Dan. All right, The Grey. That movie's fantastic. Y'all don't even know how great The Grey is. Rian Johnson's classic, The Looper. That movie's all right. I like that movie. I saw that on my birthday. We did a movie night on that. That was pretty fun. I was working on the Bunny Bust at the time, like non-stop editing that. That was fun. The Revenant, great movie. The Witch, also great movie. Have you seen the 2001 hit Bunny Bust? I might have at one point. That was awesome. Good job, Mr. Neeson. I liked The Grey. The Grey was pretty good. I saw it a couple times in theaters and more than a couple times on Blu-ray since. And it's a movie I've shared with my family. And like I literally shared it with these guys when I came out because I had seen it just before I moved out to the First Creature House, and then we went and saw it like first week we were in the house. And that was fun. It was really, really fun. So that movie, like that, I like that movie a lot. It's good. It's dark, though. It's a dark movie. Where did you learn to edit so good? I don't know. I just learned to watching a lot of movies and just editing throughout my life. Like, I've been editing stuff since I was like 11 with Movie Maker. Just Movie Maker songs and images. And then trailers that I downloaded and ripped off of YouTube, and then like, you know, just learning to edit to rhythm and whatever, or watching movies and learning how to edit. And I'm still not that like amazing at points. Like, it just takes practice and you know, being, you know, diligent and observant when you're watching stuff, because not everything needs, like, I mean, it's a lot of things can be edited in a lot of different ways, and it really can affect how things turn out. Hi, I'm Dan. So practice more than school. Well, I don't know. I mean, that was my path. Everybody has their own path, you know. That's what I did. I happened to luck out through just practicing since I was very young and having an interest in it, and then opportunities sprung from me working and putting myself out there and doing that stuff. Like, you know, the thing that really sparked what eventually I did as my career was my senior project in high school. I did how to make a machinima, and I had to have a mentor and everything, and I didn't have a mentor I could go to. I literally sent an email to Rooster Teeth wearing their shirt. Also, you know, my channel is partnered with them and everything, and, you know, we were partnered with them in the creatures and all that stuff. And crazy how things turned out, because I had sent an email to them being like, you know, can you be my mentor? And I have since gotten so many messages like that, and I unfortunately haven't been able to really kind of keep up with that stuff because of being so busy with all my other things throughout the years. So it's so weird that, you know, like, the whole cosmic nature of it all. But yes, I just you know, for my senior project, made a thing, made a machinima. The people who I presented it to were just people of the community. They weren't, and also my class, and the judges were actually impressed. They're like, who'd you get to do the voice? And I was like, that's just me. I pitched it down, and, you know, anybody watching that would know. Well, you know, probably a younger person, but they didn't know. They're like, how'd you do that? No, they weren't like that. But they were impressed by it, which made me, you know, it encouraged me. And the people who in my class really were impressed by it. And that was like, holy shit, I want this to do this. And I took that thing, re-edited it later, and kind of more refined it, and then uploaded it on Machinima. They posted it on their thing. That really invigorated me to go and do more stuff. I made the Avatar video. That blew up. And then, you know, I became a partner with Machinima, met all the other guys. Like, that's all. My stuff has always been very, very, very lucky. Slash a product of, you know, me just putting myself out there and having fun and being inspired by the things that you're watching or whatever. Like, you know, I watch a lot of movies and I think about how they make. A lot of the time I'm thinking about how they're making, unless it's a movie that I'm like just really engrossed in the story. But even movies that I'm engrossed in the story, I'm still thinking about like just the filmmaker's side of it. Sometimes, you know, there's plenty of times where I'm just like, this is awesome. But there's other times where it's like, damn, that shot was awesome, and that's so cool how they did that, and how did they do that? They probably did it like this, and you know, thinking about that stuff a lot of the time. Darren, how you doing? Have you seen the Alien series? That was one in the first Creature House. When Prometheus came out, did we do a movie thing on Prometheus? I don't think we did. Jordan and I went and saw it, but we didn't film anything. But Prometheus was coming out, and I hadn't seen any of the Alien movies, and now I have since seen the entire Alien franchise. I saw Covenant in theaters. I saw Prometheus in theaters. It was so weird. So of the Alien movies, I would rank them at this point. Having seen all the movies, this is my ranking, and I think it doesn't match up with a lot of Alien fans things, because I watched 1 through 4, you know, pretty much in the span of a few days, and I think I watched the director's cut for every single one of them. I think, so because the collection has like all the different things. So here's Alien and Prometheus right here. But I really love the packaging on Prometheus. It's so shiny. Look, it's so shiny. Questions will be answered, it says on the back of the box. I fucking hated that. So yeah, okay, let's see here. Alien series. Alien. Number 1. Number 2. Alien 3. Number 3. Prometheus. Number 4. Aliens. Number 5. Alien Covenant. And final is Alien Resurrection. That's my list. That's my list right there. I like 3, which which Darren said is weird. 3 is so good. I liked 3. I mean, I watched the director's cut. I don't know if that's any worse or better. I didn't like Aliens, so them killing off Newt and what's his name, Michael Biehn, right off the bat, I was just like, I don't care. That's weird, but... And it was David Fincher's, like, wasn't that his first big movie? Oh my goodness. I enjoyed it. Modest Ouija, how you doing? Have a good day, love man. Have a good one. Are you heading out? Sorry if I haven't been super up on the chat here at points. More Dorios, your tooth hurting? I'm sorry, my tooth's still kind of just eh. Have a good one, Purple Phantom. Sorry if I missed you. Have a good one. Love you. Just some tidying up. Realized Dan was streaming, so listening along. Oh, nice. Well, I'm doing some packing while you're tidying up, and we're having a conversation. Isn't that lovely? What's the best Hood movie and why? What's Hood movie? I don't know what you mean. Like, the movie where somebody wears a hood? Aliens is the greatest and Newt is so cute. I don't know. I hated Space Marines, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the movie where, like, the space, like, you know, just, like, team of, you know, jockey, whatever, assholes who get picked off one by one, whatever. There wasn't much engaging me into the movie. It didn't have... I don't know. Which is weird, because I pretty much like every movie James Cameron has made. And that one I wasn't crazy about. I don't know. And I look at Alien Resurrection different now than I know Jean-Pierre Jeunet made that movie, because he's like one of my favorite directors that I, after the fact, had fallen in love with his movies. I didn't even know who he was when I watched Alien Resurrection, and now I've since seen, you know, a few of his other movies, and I'm like, holy shit, I love this guy. And I totally understand Resurrection a bit more now. It's still not a good movie, but, yeah. Watch out, Dance News fired a spoiler chat, even though the movie is so old. Yeah. What did I spoil? The fact that Alien 3 starts off with characters dying immediately? Your teeth are hurting so much. I'm sorry, Mordorios. Yeah, my tooth that usually bothers me has been... But Bill Paxton, though. Game over, man. Game over. You like Covenant soundtrack a lot? Yeah, Lego Jacob. No, I hear you. I like the music in pretty much all the Alien movies. I don't think that there's been a score in any of those movies. I mean, nothing's really outrageously stood out to me either, though. Off the top of my head, but I haven't seen them like a crazy amount of times. I've seen Prometheus a couple times. I've seen First Alien a few times at this point. Yeah, I like those movies a lot. My enjoyment level varies, though, and for different reasons. How well can you clap your feet? You all ready for this? Well, I'm a good hand clapper. It's the face I make when I hand clap. So I got that. Got that going. Foot clap. Sure, there you go. Is that like a weird, like, fetish thing? You almost threw watching AVP. Oh, yeah, Alien vs. Predator. I have... Okay, so I lied. The first Alien movie I ever saw was Alien vs. Predator. Around the time when it came out on DVD. I rented it from Blockbuster, and I liked it. I liked Alien vs. Predator. I had never seen an Alien movie. I had never seen a Predator movie, and I watched Alien vs. Predator. Yeah. Bussard, yeah, when I'm clapping my feet. Foot fetish. Oh, shit. How you doing, Deluxe Affinity? Alright. But yes, the Alien movies. What an interesting series that continues to happen. I thought Alien Covenant was alright. There was just characters were so weird in that movie. Batman on my face. I'm good now. Thank you for the 100 bitos, JSAC, except for you just smothered me. But I still love you either way. Thank you, JSAC, for the 100 bitos. You watched all the Alien and Predator movies for the first time last summer. I thought you had seen AVP when it came out, but didn't remember. Oh, maybe you didn't. Maybe you did. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. And I subsequently have tried to figure out the timeline stuff with those movies, and I've seen other people reference it in their videos, about how the timelines don't even match up for Weyland, because he's Weyland's in the movie, and yeah, anyway, all that stuff. Hi, I'm Dan. There's always a rabbit hole for any movie. Oh, the Harry Potter series, which for some reason I don't know what happened to my copy of The Sorcerer, or the Philosopher's Stone, if you're from the UK or wherever they sell it as the Philosopher's Stone. Although I do have the Goblet of Fire says Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, or Harry Potter et la Coupe de Feu. Which is, I'm assuming, because it's a Canadian copy, and they always have to post everything in American and French, which it certainly is. Rated PG Canada, which sometimes I eventually caught on to this, because I have a couple DVDs or Blu-rays that have that don't have the region code or anything, because they're North America, but they do have that. And so I think The Mist is another one that I have on here somewhere that has that same thing where it says The Mist and it also says something else. So I've tried not to buy Canadian copies sometimes. Just because, I don't know, if on a shelf, I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't live in Canada. I don't have French people coming over needing to read both titles of my movies. Dan, when are we gonna have a face reveal? Are we? Oh, I don't know yet. I'm really kind of just shy about that stuff, you guys. Notice the timeline thing, even though I typically don't notice. Well, I mean, it was just because AVP was contemporary, right? So at the time, so it was the mid 2000s, and it just didn't make sense. I think they show, because Ridley Scott didn't give a shit about the other movies that were produced outside of his own. So when he made Prometheus, I remember him posting that TED Talks thing, futuristic TED Talks where there's holographic projections around Guy Pearce, and he was a young what's his name? It's Wayland, but I don't know his first name. Peter Wayland? I can't remember. But yeah, no, anyway, I was just like, that's not what's his name, and he would have been considerably older. All the Predators and AVP. I haven't seen AVP 2, but I've heard that one's garbage. Isn't it AVP Requiem, I think? Fancy. All right. Hi, I'm Dan. What, the Canadian and English thing? All right. We got the Hunger Games. I have all but Mockingjay Part 2, which I've seen all of them but Mockingjay Part 2. This includes a sneak peek at the Divergent series Insurgent, because you know that series got a finale. What's Shailene Woodley doing now? She's on Pretty Little Liars, right? What's that? No, that's not what it's called. That's the other show. Big Little Liars, isn't there? It's a Little Liars show, right? Isn't there a couple Little Liars show? Wangle 7_9, how you doing? Both AVPs are garbage. I thought the first one was all right, as far as an Alien movie goes. But you know, that was my first exposure to Alien anything, so it had all the tropes of an Alien movie. And by the point when I've watched all the Alien movies, and Ridley Scott was coming around to do Alien Covenant, and he's like, "This is me making, you know, a proper alien movie with aliens attacking people." That's not what he sounds like. But I was just like, we've seen this so many times at this point, though, which I understand this is the origin of it all and all that stuff. But like, we've seen it so many times and done so poorly. Not that he did it great, but yeah. Dan, how can you have missing Blu-rays? That would annoy the shit out of you. Oh, for like movies and certain things. Have you seen Hacksaw Ridge? I have. Lego Jacob. I thought that was pretty good. Dan, have you seen Justice League, or are you waiting for the Zack Snyder version? That's never gonna happen. Zack Snyder version. I have seen Justice League. Oh, I don't have Justice League, though. That just came out on Blu-ray. I'm not gonna get that for a bit. I do have Wonder Woman. Did I not buy Wonder Woman? No, I haven't bought Wonder Woman yet. Suicide Squad was the last one I bought of that series. I need to buy Wonder Woman soon, at some point, but haven't gotten around to that yet. The Ocean series. The Ocean series, y'all. Speaking of Logan Lucky and such. Alright, I'm trying to figure out where should I stop loading this up here. Probably right about there. That looks good. How many more can I fit? Got 5 more there, or so. Maybe I should pull one of these. Let's mix things up. This isn't going to be good. That's a terrible idea. I don't know what I'm thinking. That looks fine. Bump, 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 bump. What do you think of Hacksaw Ridge, Lego Jacob? I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I know, like, Mel Gibson and all that stuff, he's a bit of a dirty word sometimes in some conversations. But he's kind of in the category, like, he's crazy, but he makes good shit. Kind of like Tom Cruise for me, as far as categories of people. Because, you know, he's done so much work that I've liked. But he is kind of a rage, well, I mean, used to be a raging asshole? I don't know. At the very least when he was drunk. But I've been along for the ride on his resurgence, so I don't know. I've been live for over an hour. Hydration bot. Got called up by Hydration bot. There's a comic of the Darkness versus Witchblade versus Alien versus Predator. What? That sounds insane. Do you think Ocean's 9 will be any good? I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. I like the Ocean series. Who's directing it? It's not Soderbergh, so I don't know. But you know, it makes sense that Warner Brothers would want to do that. They've been talking about doing the whole female-led Oceans movie for like a million years. It's kind of like they've been talking about doing the female-led what is it? Expendables series. I was gonna say Escapable series. That great Escapable series. You loved Wonder Woman, you die laughing when she flats out that bell tower. Take that you would have been future Nazi. He seemed a bit crazy on Joe Rogan's podcast. He seems like a crazy guy. But I mean, talented guy. The movies I've seen that he's directed really great. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence of like I don't really know how to feel about Mel Gibson most of the time, which makes me sad. He was one of my favorite actors. Oh, here you go. This is what y'all wanted. You wanted the Resident Evil series. These are steel books of the Resident Evil, the first part of the trilogy of the series. The incredibly well thought out and planned Resident Evil trilogy. Yeah, so I have the steel books. I actually, surprisingly enough, did have these on Blu-ray, and then I saw the steel books, and I was like, I'll trade in those Blu-rays and I'll buy these steelbooks. Despite me having such a love-hate thing with the series, I own every single one, I think, except for the final chapter, and I don't know if I want to buy the final chapter. I mean, I probably will. I'm definitely gonna buy the final chapter at some point, but that movie was garbage. Yeah, there's nothing more to say other than that movie was garbage. But yes, the Resident Evil series, may you resident in peace. Let's see here. Yeah, I have the other Resident Evils right here. Oh, and I completely skipped over the Riddick series as well. I like the Riddick series. I don't have Riddick. I need to get Riddick. But yeah, I think, yeah, I have... Which comes first, Afterlife or Retribution? It's Afterlife and then Retribution, right? Yeah. So I have Resident Evil through Resident Evil Retribution, and the sixth one was the last one, right? Just as they had planned from the start of the series. Yeah. Just gotta separate art from artist, I guess. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, the Patriot. Well, that's like the top tier Mel Gibson movie. I watched Patriot so much growing up. I love British people, by the way. But no, Jason Isaacs plays the most unrealistically brutal soldier asshole ever in a movie. He's like the most monstrous officer ever. Resident Evil, those movies are movies that exist. Woo! And then the Riddick series, I have Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick, which is funny is because this is a joke I've been telling throughout years and years and years. You have the Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black. This was originally released as Pitch Black. They had since, they released this, and they wanted to kind of make it a series. So they post-released this as the Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black. And then the second movie in the series is the Chronicles of Riddick. And then you obviously have the Escape from Butcher Bay and all that stuff, the popular video game series. But as far as the series goes, you have the Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black, the Chronicles of Riddick, and then the third movie is called Riddick. So I'm assuming the fourth one, the quadrilogy capper, will just be referred to as Dick. Thank you very much for that one, everybody. It's a long joke. I stuttered it out. But we made it. We made it, everybody. You still want a cuddle command? Daw. You watched both Kill Bills for the first time recently. You loved the first and hated the second. Second slows down considerably, but it was shot originally as one movie, and then they split it up. So, and Tarantino still counts it as one movie when he counts his movies. So, I believe. So yeah. It probably would have been better had it all been just one movie, probably like 1 3-hour movie or something like that, as opposed to 2 split movies. I don't know how long they end up together, because nowadays they're just packaged together. No, I guess they aren't packaged together. But I have seen the double package. That's kind of like this, but it's like split half and like it's the red and yellow thing. But yeah. Volume 1 and Volume 2. I guess they're not even it's counted as it's all one thing. It's just the volumes of. Dr. Chipmunk, thank you for the 10 months in a row. Holy crap. 10 monthins. It's not a word, but I made it up. Thank you so much, Dr. Chipmunk, for the support of 10 months in a row. Hell yeah. Get to see Katie Sackhoff's bobs in Riddick. That is true. You see her bobs. She pulls them out. Dread is great. Oh, Dread is so good. I have Dread. Dread is around here somewhere. It's never too far. It's right here. It's also in 3D, and the 3D is great. Dread 3D. Pretty great movie. I hope Carl Urban, there were talks about him coming to do like a TV show. So, and Being Dread. I would watch the shit out of that if it was on like a streaming service or somewhere where they can be violent and creative and, yeah, tie them down. Dread's great. And written by, wasn't that written by the director of Annihilation and Ex Machina? Liz and I went and saw Annihilation. That movie, I liked that movie a lot. I liked Annihilation a lot. And Alex Garland, right? He wrote the screenplay for this. Not that there's, it's an incredibly elaborate movie, but it's a great film. It's a great movie. It's a great ride. Every single time I watch that movie, I'm like, holy shit, this movie is incredibly violent, y'all. You love Dread from the 80s? I never saw the, I've never seen the Stallone Dread movie. I am the law! No? Yeah. Just recently, Carl Urban said the director wasn't really credited properly, Alex Garland. Alex Garland did a lot of directing on Dread. Oh, did he? That's surprising. That's very interesting. I didn't know that at all. Let's see here. We got the Ben Affleck collection. I don't have Live by Night, but I have Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and Argo. I've seen all three of these now at this point. Gone Baby Gone was the one I hadn't seen. The Town was the first of his I had seen, and I've seen The Town and Argo in theaters. I just hadn't seen Gone Baby Gone. I like all of his movies. I haven't seen Live by Night yet. I've heard. I don't know what exactly is going on with that one. I think that was kind of at the height of his kind of issues that he was having, so I don't know if it's any good or not, but I'd be curious to see if I like it or not, because I loved all of his other movies that he made. I just haven't heard really much good, though, about it either, so who knows. Alrighty there. We got the Men in Blacks. I'm going to be working on and finishing after the move. There's so many things I'm just going to be like, okay, and go. Where I can actually like get back to doing videos and such. I want to finish my Men in Black video. Because it's not really far off. Once again, it's at the same place like that Batman Returns was one, where it's like I've watched most of the movie and like taken down most of my notes. I just need to go through, write the rest of the notes, and then I can go out through Voice It and make the video. So we're gonna do that after the move. The Family Guy, Blue Harvest movie, they're like the parody Star Wars movies. I think it's really interesting about how they practically forced Seth MacFarlane to make these and like held his movie hostage. I think it was Ted. At the time they were holding Ted hostage to force him to make the third of the Star Wars movies. They wanted him to do that first. And so they just kind of like shot it out sort of deal. It's still ended up being good, but I think it's kind of crummy what Fox did. And they call out Fox in the opening crawl of the movie. It's hilarious. Have y'all seen those? They're the best. He had a cool show on Fox a few years ago where there's a cop with the robot part. Oh yeah, I remember. Carl Urban. I remember that. I didn't watch it. It looked all right though. I'm the kind of people why shows don't succeed. Because I'm like, oh, that'd be good, but then I don't watch it. Who would want to fight with 1 hour of prep time, Batman or John Wick? With 1 hour of prep time. Explosion noise. I would say Batman, probably, Josh. I don't, like, he has a lot of armor on. John Wick always goes for the headshots. He has the head armor plate. I'm going to assume he's like Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, Batman, / comic book Batman. Did he say kill anyone comes after him? I don't know. That'd be an interesting fight. You watched them when they aired? I watched them after the fact. I bought them on Blu-ray and then went through them. And they're so great. As a Star Wars fan, like somebody who grew up watching Star Wars, like the first 3 on VHS, I had the special editions. I didn't have the originals, unfortunately, but I had seen a little bit of the first original, but I haven't seen really any of the other ones, the original versions. I hope one day Disney, especially if they end up merging with Fox, I think at that point they would have the complete rights to all that stuff, and they should be able to re-release, because it was like entangled home rights issues, right? I think there are, like, Fox has a good copy of the original, I think. I remember reading articles about those. Yeah. I fall down a hole with those sometimes, just talking about the original cuts of the Star Wars trilogy in good quality. just because they don't really exist. There's fan edits and stuff, but that kind of get it as close as possible to the original. But yeah, hi, I'm Dan, from various different sources. It's very interesting. Except for, unless you're not interested in it, Boondock Saints. These movies are weird. I haven't seen the second one, so I'm assuming it's just as weird as the first, because the first one's pretty weird. Has Julie Benz in the second one, so you know that's gotta be good. She was in Dexter. She played Rita. I liked Rita. Jimmy Going Dark. Speaking of Annihilation and Alex Garland and all that stuff, The Thing, the remake and the original. The remake blew. They filmed it with practical effects and then they just glued CGI over it and made it look disgusting. Which kind of ruined it. It might have been a little bit better had they not done that. Because I remember watching the special features and they have like the animatronics and stuff. And I'm like, but it's CGI in the movie. I don't get it. This movie, it's not human yet. Ugh. But yes, the original Thing is amazing. Saw that in theaters at the Alamo not too long ago. That movie is incredible in the theaters. That movie is so good. Thought Boondock Saints was meh. I like the first one. I haven't seen the second one. It's I get why it's like kind of more so a cult following sort of deal. Because it's not incredible. But I think it has enough going for it that makes it memorable at the very least. So yeah. The Spriggans 28, how you doing? I'm just moving right around the corner in like less than a week. Just moving right around the corner to a bigger and cheaper place, which is nice. Oh, you see people praise it like it's a work of art? No, I wouldn't say that. I think the movie has a little bit of that pretension at points, where it kind of gets a little full of itself. But overall, I think it's a fun ride. I like the way it plays out. It's a little kind of non-linear at points, which I appreciate every once in a while when you're able to kind of get... I like non-linear storytelling at points. That's kind of why I like Nolan so much, because in some of his movies, he needlessly does that, where he plays with time. He doesn't even need to. But I love the idea of perception and playing with it and reality and all that stuff, and Nolan likes to do that a lot. And Troy Duffy does it a little bit in the first Boondock Saints. That's the director, right? I know too many random things. Dragon Tattoo Trilogy. This is the original Swedish trilogy. I have seen a good chunk of the first one. I have not finished any of them. They're making The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest now, right? Or The Girl Who Played with Fire. They're filming that right now with, I think, Claire Foy is playing Lisbeth or whatever her name is. So that'll be interesting that they're continuing on that series, but not with like Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara and stuff. Or not Rooney Mara. Yeah, Rooney Mara. Kate Mara? No, Kate Mara's from... Yes, Rooney Mara. I was right. The Mara sisters. The Mara twins, everyone. David Fincher's a genius. David Fincher... Well, I got the David Finchers right here. I don't know if you just said that because it's because I was talking about Dragon Tattoo. And I have right next to them the Fincher Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I have The Social Network. He likes trendy cases. And then Gone Girl. Ben Affleck's dick. Can't go wrong. Right. And Tyler Perry's pretty good at it. And Rosamund Pike is really good in it. And everybody's really good in it. It's like all the Fincher movies. These are a little pretentious. I find Fincher to be a pretty pretentious director. But at the same time, you know what? You can't fault a guy for being a good filmmaker. Who's a little pretentious. It's like Nicholas Winding Refn, except for he's when you go full pretense, and his stuff kind of suffers for it. In my opinion, Drive is not a perfect movie, but it's the closest he's gotten in my opinion from what I've seen. I haven't seen all of his movies though, but I've seen a lot. I've seen more than I should have. Not that that's a thing. I have all these like little Blu-ray books. Like some Blu-rays come with like little books that they are like a part of the design. Like we have the Big Lebowski here that is stuck currently to Rocky Horror Picture Show. They're stuck. Oh, they're not so stuck together anymore. What is this goop on Rocky Horror Picture Show? Did the case like ejaculate? Is this what it does? What happened there? It's kind of messed up. There's something on the back of this? Yeah, it got stuck to the back of Big Lebowski. Something was sticky right there. The fuck? But yeah, they're just like little books. They got little infographics / little blurbs about the movie usually. Little quotes and stuff. Always fun. Cult. I guess it's just for all the cult movies because it's like Taxi Driver and Rocky Horror. Yeah, I got the amazing Rocky Horror. Tim Curry is the effing best. Just all the great shit. Then we got Taxi Driver, Driving Miss Daisy. Of course, they need to be right next to each other because they're both referring to driving in their titles, and they're both the Blu-ray books, so, you know. It's the link there. Then we have Doctor Strangelove and JFK, companion pieces in and of themselves. And I don't know why, but there's a Blu-ray book for The Green Mile, but there wasn't for Shawshank at the time when I bought Shawshank. I think I just have a regular copy of Shawshank somewhere. But why isn't there a Blu-ray book of Shawshank Redemption? That movie's like, I mean, not to say better than Green Mile, but it's better than Green Mile. And not that they're comparable, but it's better than Green Mile. And I love Green Mile. It has a lot of personal significance to me, as well as just in general. It's a great movie. But they're both prison movies, directed by Frank Darabont, the creator of the TV show of The Walking Dead, until he was kicked off the show for being a slow asshole. Christian Bale as Jim Graham. Have y'all ever seen Empire of the Sun? This is just one I bought because I was like, Christian Bale and Steven Spielberg. This is like Christian Bale's first movie, and it's actually not a terrible movie, but it's also at the same time kind of. It's not incredible either, but it's interesting. It's interesting. There's interesting things in here, based on true events. But yeah, you only watched Rocky Horror like a year ago. Had no interest because you thought it'd be too weird in a bad way. Luckily, it turned out. Oh yeah, no, it's weird in a good way. It goes on a little long, but at the same time, it's still. I love Rocky Horror. Rocker, Dr. Merkin, how you doing? Nice seeing you. 7 Zodiac. Oh yeah, I don't have. No. I do have Zodiac. That wasn't all my Fincher stuff. I don't know why that all isn't right there. Zodiac is right here. I have Zodiac. What was the other one? I don't know why these weren't together. It might have been a spacing issue, maybe. Either that or I just didn't notice. Wes Anderson is pretentious. True that, but I also haven't seen all of his movies. I've seen some of them. The ones I've seen Steve Zissou. That movie was weird. Shit. What else have I seen of his? And I've seen a large chunk of the Grand Budapest Hotel, and then I was going to go to sleep and then hit record on the DVR and then never finished it. So I watched like half of Grand Budapest, which I thought was pretty funny too. But yeah, he has a charm about him. I don't know. I think you either have to like him or not like him for Wes Anderson. But yeah, I have Zodiac. This is also another Canadian case. It has the 15 rating. Or is this? Oh, that's BBFC. So this is a British copy of Zodiac. I'm assuming it's region locked, or I don't know. I hope it is. It should be. Special features. And the other one was. I do have 7. 7 might be separate because I watched that for the first time recently. I'd never seen 7. I've also never seen Zodiac, but I finally watched 7 not too long ago. It was after all of the Kevin Spacey stuff happened. I blanked on his name for a second. Where is 7? I don't see 7 on here anywhere. Speaking of Alex Garland, we got Ex Machina right there. I loved this movie so much, saw it in theaters. I hadn't seen anything on it going into it. I hadn't seen a trailer or anything. And I enjoyed the hell out of it. I was like, man, I want to see more movies like that where I don't even like, I know nothing about it going in. And it's just like, let's go on a journey. And that was like the perfect movie. I think, I don't know what the trailer was like for that, but I'd imagine Oh, look, two of my favorite movies. The Room, as signed by Tommy Wiseau. I've seen him sign this very message to other people as well, but it's no less special to me. Tommy Wiseau said, "To Daniel, may all your dreams come true. Love, Tommy Wiseau, January 22nd, 2013. So you know what? My original copy of The Room was sent by a fan in the P.O. box in the First Creature House, and I have it on DVD somewhere. I don't even know if it's... I actually might not... Maybe that got mixed up with stuff a million years ago. I don't even know if I have it anymore, but... I obviously have the superior Blu-ray version, which blew me away when I watched this. I was like, why does this look so good? Because I remember watching it on DVD and it wasn't the best quality. And the Blu-ray, I was like, holy crap, this is so sharp. And then I remember reading about, and it's they talk about it in The Disaster Artist, the movie, and in the book. They filmed both digital and film with two different cameras on the same mount simultaneously. Which blew my mind. It just blew my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that Tommy had the foresight to film in film. Like, that's such great... It's a really great quality cut. There's a couple shots that are really either... There's one that's like doubled up. Like, it looks fucked up for some reason. I don't know why. Spaced out, trying to remember his name. Kevin spaced out on his name and his own career. Have a good one, Josh. Thanks for coming out. Bid you good night. For the rest of the stream, may your nightmares be scary. Monster scary, not grandma died scary. What? Scary monster scary. Yes. Less real dreams. Rushmore. No, I haven't seen Rushmore. I know of a lot of Wes Anderson's movies. I just haven't seen too many of them. Memento, that's one of my favorite movies. Memento, I have like all the Christopher Nolan movies right here. Except for Dunkirk. I have all of the released ones except for Dunkirk. That's the newest one. There's a good handful of movies that I need to get to finish some of my collections here, but these are the Christopher Nolan movies. I remember years and years ago, I think it was like 2012 or 2013, I sent my brother for Christmas the Nolan collection. It was like all these, except for Interstellar, because that hadn't come out yet, on Blu-ray, including the Batmans, because my brother and I both just love Christopher Nolan movies so much, because we're nerds. For Christopher Nolan, I'm a fanboy for sure. Not that he can't do no wrong, but I find him to be a really great filmmaker. But yeah, following Memento, Insomnia, The Prestige, Inception, and Interstellar, these are my, just the non-Batman ones. The Batman ones are up with the superhero movies and stuff at the top. So, see, that's another instance of where it's like sometimes franchises get separated out of my director collection. So, yeah. Hi, I'm Dan. But, yeah. Hi, I'm Hi, Dan. Be humble. I don't know, y'all. I find movies to be fascinating. I tend to nerd out about movies. I love movies. What's the packing for? I'm packing for moving. Udemo. Is that how you pronounce your name? Udemo? I am moving just right around the corner to a cheaper and bigger place. Hi, I'm Dan. Hopefully y'all are having fun, chillaxing, listening to me ramble about movies. I'm Dan. Why did the fox cross the road? It heard about the chicken. You're goddamn right. That fox is getting some dinner tonight. And this is another case. This is actually a case where I ended up combining the franchise into the filmmaker on the shelf, which doesn't really happen too often, but did here. And I don't have all of his filmography, but I have a lot of them. So like I was saying, recently Liz and I were going through the Lord of the Rings movies. These are kind of, I guess, I got more so ordered them in release for the Lord of the Rings, because I'd imagine I'd put the Hobbits before Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I guess you would in general just do this. But I have the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy on Blu-ray, and then I have the Hobbits on the first two, the Unexpected Journey and Desolation of Smaug on 3D Blu-ray. And then I have the extendeds. For the first two, I don't have the third one, Battle of Five Armies. I don't own Battle of Five Armies on Blu-ray in any way, shape, or form. As you can tell, after a certain point, I kind of stopped collecting towards the end of series. Like, I was kind of less crazy about buying Blu-rays and stuff in the series and all that stuff. And then, yeah, as far as Peter Jackson movie goes, the other two that I have are The Frighteners, which I think if you have not seen this, you should totally watch it. It's Michael J. Fox, and a handful of just great supporting actors. I don't think there's anybody like crazy, super famous. You have the principal from Boston Public or whatever, and that's the only other guy I know. Oh, and the army guy who yells at everybody. What's his name? Apparently Danny Elfman did the music as well. Oh, and Dee Wallace is in it. And Jeffrey Combs and Jake Busey. All right, there's some people in here. There's some people in there. They're just not... Oh, I was about to say they're not on the cover, but Jake Busey's right there. It's a really good movie. This has the director's cut and the theatrical cut. I don't know what the difference is. I think I wonder if I've ever watched the director's cut of this movie, because I had seen this movie, then I bought it. I don't know if I've watched it since. I think I did. No, I think I did. This movie, anyway, it's really good. I highly recommend it. It's a good one. It's kind of like what the fuck's going on throughout a lot of the movie. It's more of a supernatural kind of like weird. Michael J. Fox can see ghosts and stuff, and he kind of has like a whole racket around it, like where he's a paranormal investigator and he helps people exorcise their homes that he sets up with the ghost. It's pretty good, and it gets it gets a little weird and deals with the occult and stuff. It's pretty good. Binge watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended in December. Was fun, destroying your sleep schedule. Well, Liz and I, we've been going through them reasonably and kind of cutting them off at the half points. Since, you know, there's breaks in the movies, we've been kind of stopping there at points. So we've been whittling away at it. We're a quarter of the way through of Return of the King right now. And then you have King Kong, which I enjoyed his remake of King Kong a lot. So yeah. Peter Jackson, man, he's a great filmmaker as well. He's up there with Christopher Nolan. I think he's a really fantastic filmmaker. I'm kind of bummed that we never got to see Guillermo del Toro's Hobbit movies, but in the end, I'm glad we got them nonetheless. No more Dad, Morty. Okay. This one's getting pretty full. I might just kind of stop it there. Kind of close this bad boy right here. How does this work? No longer have domain over Surface World. Is this how one does this? Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, box number 1 done. Box number 2. Blue. What? Love the song at the end. Don't Fear the Reaper. Oh, Don't Fear the Reaper is just a great song in general. More cowbell. No? Yeah, no? Oh, Lord of the Rings. Going to this one. You're starting off the box, Lord of the Rings. You have a lot to live up to. Maybe I'll try packing this one a little bit differently. So yeah, we have those. I have the Tarantinos, like I kind of half pulled off earlier. I have all of the Tarantinos except for 4 Rooms and which he co-directed he directed one of the vignettes in that, which I haven't seen 4 Rooms, so I don't know. And I don't know why Grindhouse is right here. I don't know why Grindhouse isn't along with these two. I have all of the ones, including Grindhouse. I have in order. Let's see here: Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown. The Kill Bills, Inglourious Bastards, Grindhouse, and then Django. But I don't have The Hateful Eight or the 4 Rooms movie. And I wasn't crazy about The Hateful Eight to begin with. I need to rewatch it and maybe give it more attention. Maybe, I don't know. It was indulgent. That one I found to be his most indulgent movie. Just as far as some of the shots and like the slow motion things of like the horses for 2 minutes of like, what the hell's going on? Ms. Punished Snake, thank you so much for subscribing for 2 months in a row. How you doing, Mrs. Punished Snake? Hope Mr. Punished Snake is doing well. DVDs and Blu-rays are a bitch to move some proper way. Oh yeah, no, they're super heavy. They're so heavy, y'all. It is actually quite annoying. That's why I have kind of medium boxes. These are actually kind of medium to large boxes I'm using, but it'll be fine. So yeah, all the Tarantino movies. I think he's a great filmmaker. It's just there's times where I'm just like, I don't know. I love Tarantino, but he has some quirks. Eh. And there's nobody like him for sure. Then these are kind of Spielberg-y produced things that we got here. Got the Back to the Future, Indiana Jones. Obviously, he directed all those. Jurassic Parks, he directed the first two, and then the third. This is also another Canadian one. So it has the big, like, PG triangle thing at the bottom. But yeah, so Back to the Future, trilogy, Indiana Jones. This is the first... This is the Complete Adventures, y'all. I think this is just the first three. Or no, it's all four. Yeah, this has Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as well. I like how they call it the Complete Adventures. The assholes. They're making a fifth one. They're filming it next year. And then, the Jurassic Park series, including Jurassic World in 3D. I like Jurassic World well enough, so I hope the next one's all right. What do y'all think? Y'all interested in Jurassic World 2? Oh, these are all misshapen. I'm putting all, like, the... I should keep it regular Blu-rays and keep the misshapen ones kind of separate here. Do you have the organized by directors? Some of them are. That's what I was saying. Some of them are franchise, some of them are directors. Obviously, with some directors, when they work through different franchises, like JJ. For JJ... I don't have all his movies together up here. I actually have, Super 8's down here. But, like, I have the Star Treks and Star Wars right next to each other. And then I have Super 8 right here. What other movies has he done? He's just done Mission Impossible. Yeah, Mission Impossible is part of the Mission Impossible series. So he's done a lot of just kind of, which the Mission Impossibles are right here. I have up to Rogue Nation. This series is complete for now. I have all the Mission Impossibles up to Rogue Nation. I have all the Star Treks. I have Star Trek through Beyond. Beyond was one of the newer ones I got recently. I didn't get the 3D or anything. I just got the regular Blu-ray. DJ, thank you for the 20 bitos. Good morning, Dan. Have you checked the P.O. box or been busy? I'm busy packing. Liz and I went for a little drive last night because we woke up really late. I woke up like super late because my tooth has been hurting. And we were driving around. We were driving close to the post office, and I was like, "Shit! I wish we had the key because I could go pick up DJ's package." So I'll do that today, DJ. It was on my mind for sure. I knew you were gonna ask too, so I'm glad you were in here to ask. Love you, DJ. Hope you're doing well. But yes. So yeah, I mean, movies are kind of split up between franchises sometimes. So yeah, but I think that's all. He's only directed franchises movies, and then Super 8. That's the only kind of random one he did. I wish he would do more because he's written a lot of movies that I've watched over the years that were kind of random ones. Like Armageddon or Forever Young or, all the different random ass movies that he wrote throughout the years as Jeffrey Abrams. Yeah, and he wrote Joyride 1. Yeah, I don't know about, he wrote Joyride, which I also really enjoy. So I like a lot of his movies that he's written, which I don't think I have Joyride on Blu-ray because I don't think it was on Blu-ray. Unless, I think I have it on DVD because it came in a 2-pack with the Joyride 2. Oh man, or maybe that's on Blu-ray somewhere. I hope I do have it on Blu-ray because I do like that movie a lot. So yeah, JJ's done a bunch of stuff. That old Jeffrey Abrams. But yeah. So things get mixed around. I'm really excited for Mission Impossible, whatever the fuck it's called, Fallout. That'll be pretty good. This is good. These are all normal size DVDs and Blu-rays and such. Why am I saying DVDs? I guess some of these do have DVDs in them, don't they? But, are you moving, Dan? Randomathon. I'm just moving right around the corner. It's just like my last move 7 months ago. I'm moving to a bigger and cheaper place. So, same area and everything. Saw them filming the new Mission Impossible over near Oxford. So bizarre seeing a plane pretty much still in the sky. Ooh, that's cool. Only Joyride 1 and 3 only have Blu-ray, but not 2 for some reason. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't think I have the first one. I don't think I have Joyride. I mean, I didn't watch the other ones. Are the other ones any good? I like the first one a lot. Although the commentary track is so weird. If you just listen to Leelee Sobieski's commentary track, it's strange. All right, so here we got the Blade Runners. Oh yeah, this is a new one I got. I got the Blade Runner Blu-ray. I showed it off when I got it initially. But yeah, the Blade Runner, the original. This is the 5-disc, all the cuts edition, and Blade Runner 2049. I really liked Blade Runner 2049, probably more than the original, but I recognize the original for, the groundbreakingness of a lot of the visuals and the special effects, and, just the story isn't incredible, but it's I don't know. I watched this for the first time just before this came out, and I liked Blade Runner 2049 way better. Do you have any Criterions? A couple of them. My following copy of DJ was smothering me. My copy of Following Nolan's first movie is Criterion. But yes, DJ, thank you for the 20 betos. You're doing good. Just have a lot of stuff going on in your head, and your uncle's car stopped working. You have to worry about it. Oh dang, that sucks. I'm sorry, DJ. That really blows. Mottos, bits. Thank you for the 5 betos. 5 betos. 5 betos. 5 betos. 5 betos. Do you like anime? Anime is awesome. I am not like a crazy gigantic fan of a lot of anime, but there's some animes that I like. Yeah, there's a handful. I've talked about it a little bit, like the Dragon Ball Z and such. Like that, I grew up watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I kind of more in the later years got around to like Death Note and stuff like that. Liz really likes Black Butler and I think Blue Valentine. No, Blue Valentine's that fucking guy who did Twin Peaks movie. Oh crap, why am I blanking on so many names? I'm Kevin Spaceying on their names. I like some anime shades, Tim. But there's plenty that, people say Bleach and stuff. David Lynch, yeah, I know. I can't believe I blanked on David Lynch's name. My face. Let's get it, motto. Are you trying to Barry Bane? Were you just trying to like perfectly Pepper Bane? I can't see. Oh yeah, no. I can't see because the speaker's blocking the little thing there. DJ, thank you for the 10 Bleach bits. But yeah, what do you think of the live action Death Note movie? I thought it was all right. It wasn't a great adaptation, but it was an alright-ish movie. I didn't not enjoy it. I think we've talked about it on stream a few times. Like, I feel like Willem Dafoe was perfectly cast as Ryuk, but just in general, yeah, it was a little flighty. I think Simon Barrett's kind of Simon Barrett and the director Adam Wingard are kind of falling down on my notches, which is kind of sad because they were kind of up there. Like You're Next, I thought was enjoyable. I saw that in theaters. I really, really, really liked The Guest. As far as like Adam Wingard's movies goes, I thought Blair Witch was terrible. I really didn't like it. I really was bothered by it the entire time. And I love the original of that movie. And I hadn't seen the original until about in 2013. I went to the Mile High Horror Fest, and they had the directors there, and they were showing a 35mm projected and I had never seen it all the way through. I only seen parts of it growing up, and obviously like the end of it and everything. But I had never seen it from beginning to end in one sitting. I'd only seen little bits and things I remembered as a kid, because I remember when the weekend that the around the time when Princess Diana died, I was visiting family, and they had this like massive DVD collection, and I remember it's just like it's so I remember that weekend or week or whenever it was so vividly. Just because there was a lot of specific things. That was the first time I saw Batman 1989. That was the first time they watched Blair Witch. It scared the crap out of me, and so I didn't watch. I ended up going upstairs, and just lots of weird things that I remember about that weekend. But so like that was a great first experience, and then I watched Blair Witch with just like some high expectation because I like Adam Wingard and I like Simon Barrett, his writing partner, and boy, not that great. You recall the first movie you ever watched? Jokey silent. The first movie I ever remember seeing in theaters was The Lion King, which I've talked about. I bet it was Lion King. Did you already say that? It was Lion King. That was the first one I had ever remember seeing in theaters. It was 4th of July weekend, and my sister was in the hospital with, she had her appendix removed, and we went and saw it, and then did fireworks, either later that night or the next day. I think it might have been the same day, though. Either that, or it's just my brain mushing it all together, but I remember going to my sister who was in the hospital and bragging that we had seen The Lion King, which I was a massive dick to my sister when I was a kid, so, you know. Yeah, you were right, Well-Worn. Well, that was the first movie I ever remember seeing my mom, like, in the theater. I don't remember the first movie I remember seeing on, like, video or something like that, but, I mean, the theater experience, like, I remember that very vividly. Lots of vivid memories now, coming back, flooding back. G.J. Dooku. The first movie I ever actually was taken to in the theaters that I have no memory of. My mom took me when I was a child, like little kid. I think it was 91. I was like 2, and they had re-released. It was either 90 and I was a baby and my mom was inconsiderate to everybody else in the theater, or I was like 2 and there were a lot of 2-year-olds there, probably, maybe. They re-released Pinocchio in theaters in 90 or 91, and my mom took me to that. And you know, and like, there's only a handful of theater experiences I remember as a kid. Like, I mean, I mean, not a handful. I remember most of them, or a lot of them. I remember, like, seeing Liar Liar in theaters, and Toy Story in theaters, and yeah, I just have, man, I love movies. I love movies so much. Like, and like, it's a lot of my life is kind of like defined by the years movies came out, or what movies came out that year. It's so crazy about, like, the Wee Laddie Dan and his memories of his movies. But yeah, lots of fun things. Liar Liar is a weird one to take children to. That one's a little adult. Recently watched Prestige, and now you finally know. You don't know. Yeah, you don't know. What does it mean? Wait, and then it goes, how could he not know? It just cuts to the voiceover after that. I love that so much. Dan's movies, all the movies. All right. Mad Max series. I just have the original Mad Max and Mad Max Fury Road in 3D. I watched Mad Max Fury Road in 3D on my PSVR recently. If you have a PSVR and you have 3D Blu-rays, you can actually watch them in 3D. I wish the resolution was higher, but it's still really cool. And you can pause it and, like, look at the 3D, like, image, freeze frame. And for Mad Max, that's really cool. There's some really great shots in that movie. On there, you can just pause it and look at it, and it's like, oh, that's so neat. First movie theater was Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, nice, DJ. Thomas the Tank Engine. Yeah, I remember watching Babe in theaters. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Not that he's Scottish or anything. It's literally, what's his name? Oh, don't blank on what's his name. Zefram Cochrane in Star Trek. James Cromwell. He was the... That'll do, pig. Ooh, here we go. This is always a fun series to talk about. The Halloween series. I have never seen Halloween 3. Liz and I put it in. I think I got really high and fell asleep. I don't remember anything from that movie. So I haven't seen Halloween 3. I've seen Halloween 1 through 5, excluding 3. I've seen good chunks of The Curse of Michael Myers. I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. Paul Rudd's in this one. Halloween H2O, which I watched as a younger lad. This was my first Halloween movie. Scared the shit out of me. I really like 1 through 5 and H2O. I don't own Resurrection. I will never own Resurrection. That movie fucking is the worst. Liz and I popped it on it was on demand somewhere recently, and we started watching it, and I was like, this movie is just it's so bad. It's so bad. And then I have the remake Halloween, just the first one. I haven't seen the second one. I watched the first 10 minutes of the second one and got really annoyed. Maybe the first 15 minutes of the second one. Once they start getting to the girl from the first one, and she's just a shitty person now, and they all talk like shitty Rob Zombie people. I mean, people already did that in the first one, but the second one, it's like accentuated and annoying. So I've never finished that one. So many, only seen the first Halloween. Yeah, and they're like the first 5, you know, they're repetitive, but like I had an appreciation for these movies growing up. I watched them a lot growing up. I had seen H2O around the time when it came out, and then I kind of picked up the series from there. I luckily didn't. My parents didn't give a shit what I watched, and I watched a lot of it on TV anyway. We had a lot of the movie channels. We had, AMC and Turner Classic Movies growing up, so I watched a lot of movies. Plus, my grandparents were just a treasure trove of VHSs when I was a little kid, but obviously wasn't watching too many rated R things, but watched plenty of them. Half Baked. I've seen Half Baked. Wait, which one's Half Baked? See, I've watched a lot of stoner movies well before I actually became a stoner. Hi, Beach Oven. Thank you for the 10 bidos. Lucky you guys. My first movie theater was Twister. Twister. Don't know what your mom was thinking. Now you're afraid of tornadoes. I know. I remember watching Twister when I was a kid too, and being kind of freaked out by it, thinking like that storm chased them. It was so scary. Like weather can chase you. I was terrified of thunderstorms growing up. I really, thunderstorms scared the shit out of me. Now I don't really care. But it's more so wow, that was loud. I hope, nothing's getting messed up or anything. But yeah, no, that shit scared the crap out of me as a kid. Now it's goofy. I think Twister's a goofy movie, but as a kid, yeah, it was effective when you're younger. Chappelle? No, I haven't seen Half Baked then. How High was the one I saw. The one with Redman and, what's his name? Method and Redman. Those two guys. David Norm, look it up. Oh, no. Yeah, because I haven't seen the one with Norm Macdonald's in that. I haven't seen it. Or is it Norm somebody else? Yeah. Oh, there's my tea. Sweet. Okay. Hi, I'm Dan. Oh, yeah, this is my horror section, since we're around the Halloweens. The Scream series, I love these movies. 3 being the weakest, but I love these movies so much. I saw Scream 2, the opening scene to Scream 2 when I was 6 years old. It was the year it came out. It was 97, so I would have been 7. Scream 2 had come out on pay-per-view, and my friend's mom ordered it when I was spending the night one night, and they were just watching it in the living room. And so I watched the opening scene to Scream 2, and it scared the shit out of me. And I remember kind of coming out. We went to his room and just played with other shit, played games and stuff. But eventually, at points would come out, and I remember seeing parts of that movie. And then eventually, my a year or two later, my parents bought one of my siblings Scream 2 on VHS because they went to Blockbuster and bought marked down movies for Christmas. So and I think it was a Santa gift, and it was a Blockbuster thing. But so I watched Scream 2 so much as a kid. More so, I hadn't even seen the first Scream, and I watched Scream 2 a million times, which doesn't make sense because the second Scream, you have to have seen the first one to even understand half the shit what's going on. But anyway, I digress. Scream 2 is a great movie. Scream 4 is great too. I like Scream 4 a lot. I wish they had been able to properly finish that series, do a big capper before Wes Craven had passed, but rest in peace, Wes Craven. Are you a fan of Kevin Smith? I am Avenging Tragedy. I am. Your name is amazing. Avenging Tragedy! Oh yeah! The tragedy is avenged. Yeah, Kevin Smith movies, do I have them singled out somewhere? I know I did initially, way back when, but I think they're just kind of floating around right now. Where's Clerks? Clerks is really easy to spot generally. But there's also glare on these Blu-rays over here. Where's Clerks? I don't have a lot of his movies. I have Clerks, Clerks 2. I haven't seen a lot of some of his middle filmography. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, actually. I love the Clerks series, though. Although the second one's a little bit of just kind of a redo of the first one. Here it is. I have, Clerks, Clerks 2. I have Tusk. Tusk is here somewhere. I love Tusk. I love Tusk so much. I have Tusk. I don't have Yoga Hosers, although I didn't think that movie was terrible. I think the special effects blew, and it got a little weird towards the end. But that movie gave me a Scott Pilgrim-y vibe to it. I don't know. I haven't seen Dogma. No, I know there's a lot of the. I haven't seen Mallrats. No. I've seen most of Mallrats. I've never seen the end of it though. I watched most of it on cable a million years ago, and then just couldn't finish the end. I had to go do something or something. So, yeah. I haven't seen Jersey Girl. I've seen like half of Cop Out. It was so not good. But I mean, he says that's not good. He says a lot of his movies, like he kind of tears down. He kind of takes what people says, and kind of just like, you know, well, people say it's shit, but and like Tusk is a good movie. I like Tusk. I don't think that's a bad movie at all. I think it's a competently made movie, and it's pretty good. Have all the way up to Cop Out, but haven't bought any after that, sadly. Oh, and Red State. I wish I can't believe I have to own Red State. If I don't, I would be surprised, and it's probably because it was on Netflix at the time. But Red State is an incredible movie. I like Red State a lot. That's probably my favorite of his, like outside of Clerks. But yes, so those. Then we have, well, now it's not the complete collection, but Saw 1 through the final chapter, not including Jigsaw, because this wasn't the final chapter. Although technically they could call, well, I don't want to, yeah. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't seen Jigsaw. But, Jigsaw isn't that great, by the way. Yeah, it's all 7 the Saw movies, whatever. Yeah, I like the Saw movies. They're not terrible. They have, the guy from Boondock Saints is in one of them, which is always fun. And he was also in Devil's Carnival. Have y'all seen Devil's Carnival? Where's that? I have that on here somewhere. That's right here. It's from the people, if you've never seen Repo, the genetic rock opera, Darren Lynn Bousman, the director of a couple of the Saw movies, an editor of a couple of the Saw movies, I believe, as well. He wrote and directed this, I think, I think, what's his name wrote it? Terrence Zudnik. Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. The Devil's Carnival these are like musicals. They're like kind of like moody, colorful, kind of fable-based-ish. Well, this one more so than anything, the Devil's Carnival. Kind of like Aesop's fables translated to music. And like this kind of like heaven and hell, kind of like the devil runs his carnival and the God runs his it's interesting and all that stuff. How about Friday? I haven't seen the Friday movies. I need to. I've seen parts of those on TV as well. And like parts of like the different ones, like Friday After Next and whatever. Like those I always caught flipping through the channels and stuff. Didn't know he did Cop Out? Yeah, he did Cop Out. It was originally called A Couple of Dicks. I remember when they were filming it. And I was like, oh, that'll be good. It's like his first big studio movie, and then it wasn't that great. I feel like the Saw movies is one of those series that has been dragged out for way too long. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be still going. I think at this point they set up like it could be continued for Jigsaw, but like they really shouldn't. Either that or make them good. Maybe, I don't know. Hi, I'm Dan. You've seen Repo, it's pretty good, never heard of the other one. Yeah, no, you should definitely check out Devil's Carnival. I would say Devil's Carnival I like better than Repo when it comes to the two, and they're very much of the same ilk. There's a sequel to this, Devil's Carnival 2 Alleluia, that came out. They were touring through Denver, and they were touring the movie around throughout the country, and we got to see it and meet Terrence Zudnik, the guy who plays the... If you've seen Repo, he's the guy with the shot thing, the hydrate, whatever the fuck it's called. He's the guy with long hair, the grave robber, that guy. He plays the devil, and he also wrote both of those movies, I think. He wrote Repo as well as The Devil's Carnival. We got to meet him, and Bill Moseley, the guy from the Devil's Rejects movies, which they're filming a third one now, which I saw the Devil's Rejects in theaters at the Mile High Horror Festival. I'd never seen it before, and man, that movie was just a bunch of garbage people doing garbage things. But yeah, I got to meet Bill Moseley, and I like Bill Moseley a lot because he's in the Devil's Carnival movies as well as, you know, a million other movies. And yeah, no, it was cool meeting them. Rush Hour. I don't have the Rush Hour movies, I don't think. I think I bought my brother-in-law the Rush Hour trilogy on Blu-ray, but I don't own it myself, I don't think. We still have the horror movies over here. Rounding off the shelf at the end here is kind of the more recent, like, James Wan-ish horror movies. I got the Conjuring and Annabelle. I need to get The Conjuring 2, as well as Annabelle Creation. Like, I like all the Conjuring movies, as well as all the Insidious movies. I thought the last one was probably maybe, I don't know if it's the weakest. I feel like the second one, the second one's most forgettable out of the four, I feel. So maybe the second one's kind of the most forgettable. But either way, I really like the third one of these, the Insidious films. But yeah, the first, the third, I think are the strongest. I'd probably say the fourth and then the second, maybe. I don't know, the second has some really good scares, though. The second one is still really scary. It's just I feel like I remember less from that movie than any of The Conjuring or any of the other movies that I've seen. I remember those all the other ones pretty well. Conjuring 2, I feel like, I don't know. How about The Room? The Room is already packed away. I already showed off The Room. The Room came and went with Tommy Wiseau. I didn't set it aside anywhere special or anything. My signed copy of The Room from Tommy Wiseau, where it says, "Follow your dreams." Oh, this is another one I need to complete off here soon, too. It's the Planet of the Apes series. I have every single Planet of the Apes movie. And I've seen almost every single one of them, though, as well. Planet of the Apes series is another series I watched a lot growing up. I started off with the first one. I had watched it a bunch of times. It was always on AMC / Turner Classic Movies. Maybe it was Turner Classic Movies had. Turner Classic Movies had the original, as well as they played the second and third a lot. They played the first three a lot. And I watched, I think, the first one first, and then the third one second. And then I watched the second one a little bit later. And then eventually I saw... So there's... If you don't know, here are the Planet of the Apes movies. Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, then you have Rise of the Planet of the Apes, then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then War for the Planet of the Apes. So you have, like, 2 different movies that are battle and then war in the series. I love the name. I love the names of these series. But yeah, the first one's good. Second one's Some of the second one's all right, but it's kind of really like stretched out and thin, and they go like there's like this weird atomic like culture of mutated humans that live under the planet. In like the city that was encapsulated like under, I don't even know what happened exactly, but it's kind of like New York in Futurama, where there's like a city, the old city is under the new city. And then the third one, they go back in time to modern time. It was like the 70s then, I think. So it was like one of those movies where the monkeys, to escape the planet from blowing up at the end of the second one, have to go back in time to, so it's that kind of movie. And then they have a kid, and that goes off into Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. It's a very convoluted series. What's the boy's name? What? Goonies? He already packed his... Yeah, Indiana Jones is gone. Anyway, Planet of the Apes. I like the series a lot. I really liked when they rebooted it with the Rise movies. I mean, it still could connect up, although it's very different now. Like, just the kind of past of it is a little different. Because by the end of the series, it's gotten very convoluted. I've never seen Battle for the Planet of the Apes. I have seen up to Conquest. I've seen 1 through 4. I haven't seen this one. Wasn't this like I think this was like a TV movie or something. I've never seen it though, so I can't really speak to the movie itself. But I mean, it was the last of the series before a while. I don't own the remake, the Tim Burton remake, because I don't like it that much. Maybe at some point the completionist in me might want to grab it, but like there's Tim Burton. I have a very love-hate thing with him. There's plenty of movies he's made that I'm very like meh about, and there's some that are just the best. So. I don't know. He's very back and forth. Dan's, have you seen Freddy Got Fingered? I literally, are you talking about the Red Letter Media video that just went up? Because I watched that already, and I haven't, and that made me want to. But, because there's some stuff in that, I don't know if you are talking about that, but if you aren't, then Red Letter Media just uploaded a video, a review of it, and it was hilarious. There's some stuff in that was making me laugh pretty hard. But no, I've never seen it. Where is here we go. There we go. Perfect. I just say, where is I'm? There we go. But yes. I have not. Any animation Blu-ray movies? The animation ones I already actually grabbed for the most part. I do have all of my DC animated movies up here. Oh shit. Don't drop this shit, damn. Who's pipes? Pipes. We got, here, these are all my Batman animated movies, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there are any others on the shelf. There might be, maybe, I don't know. Well, clearly. Here's some animated movies. I got the Lego Batman movie and the Lego movie. I love both these movies so much. I think they're very, very great. Those Lego movies. They're pretty good. I haven't seen Ninjago, but I'd imagine the funniest thing in the movie has been spoiled for me already, so... I don't know, but I haven't really heard too many good things about Ninjago either. And then we got, here we go. We got Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. That's essential. I had to have this. They're coming out with Mask of the Phantasm on Blu-ray soon, which I'm so excited for, as well as the animated series. I think they're releasing on Blu-ray as well, so I'm very excited about that. Batman Under the Red Hood, very, very excellent movie. I like that one a lot. There's plenty that I don't have, though. Batman Dark Knight Returns Part 1, Batman Dark Knight Returns Part 2, Batman Year 1, Batman Assault on Arkham, and Son of Batman. That's all I have physically right now, but I want to get more soon. I think Batman Ninja just came out, and I've been hearing good things about that, so hopefully at some point I'll be able to get that, and we can do a review on it. Oh, that would be very good. I very much plan on doing a review on Batman Ninja, yes. But I need more. I need to get through, like, I want to go through, like, a lot of the DC animated collection, because there's a lot I've missed out on over the years. You wish there was a Halo movie? I actually have some Halo, some of the Halo, like, they're still going to make a TV show. I think Ridley Scott updated on that not too long ago, saying it's still happening. Whether or not it actually happens or not. But I have a couple of those Halo, like... I had that Machinima series, I think, somewhere, as well as, I'm trying to see where it is, as well as that thing that was on Showtime, I think? There was like a series that was like the prequel series to Halo 5 or whatever. Something like that. What's that boy's name? I don't know what that means. It's so sad. You do have OCD. Oh yeah, Gaslight by Gotham, or Gotham by Gaslight. I haven't seen that one, no. See, that's what I'm saying. I need to get through there. Wish they could do the same with live action. Do you have that shit movie, Avatar: The Last Airbender? I do not have Avatar: The Last Airbender. I do not. I have, as far as M. Night Shyamalan movies go, I don't know if I have those spaced out anywhere. If they're just, I think they're amongst the collection. What Shyamalan movies do I have? I don't have Split. I have Unbreakable. Did I might have already tossed those in the thing, actually. Unless Unbreakable is just like somewhere. But I have like Sixth Sense and some other of his films. I don't know. Well, let's start picking through them. We'll see if we find them. Because I don't see them here anywhere. Oh, I have this. I tried to trade this in. At the local trade-in place. This is Paranormal Activity. It's the trilogy. It's the first three. I tried to trade it in at just our. They've closed down since. But of all the Blu-rays, like I went in with like maybe 50 Blu-rays, just of movies that like I was like, I'm never gonna watch these again. Might as well just sell them, trade them in, get some trade-in value, so I can get different Blu-rays that I would actually want to keep. This is the only one they didn't take. They took all of them. It was like $200 worth of Blu-rays, and they wouldn't take this one. And I was like, I don't want to watch these again. Like, and into the box they go. Bum bum bum. All right. We got here. Okay, so I eventually recently, when I was kind of going through, I took like all the slipcased movies and made them all top shelf. From after the collections stopped, I just took all the slipcases and put them top shelf, and so I like sectioned off kind of likes for some of the collections. Like there's like this Blu-ray Sapphire series, whatever this is. And I don't know what is it all Universal movies? What is this? Are they Paramount movies? They're all Paramount movies. Yeah, okay. So the Sapphire series is a Paramount thing. It's Saving Private Ryan, Braveheart, Gladiator. I don't know why those are specifically. I guess that was just the release, that specific release for those. And then I have just the Universal had all of their Blu-rays kind of like uniform, like so this Jaws, Blues Brothers, Apollo 13, To Kill a Mockingbird. That's an interesting collection of things. Jaws, Blues Brothers, Apollo 13, To Kill a Mockingbird. If there's a box set that ever existed, I want this one. Because they're all very alike movies with the exact same... I don't even know where I'm going with that. But it's kind of weird. I'm sure there was a lot more to that. Yeah, okay, so Inglourious Basterds is also... it's all these Universal movies. Inglourious Basterds is also packaged the exact same way. Where they have, like, the proper cover art, but all the spines are exactly the same. So that makes sense. But then it gets weird once they're kind of mixed throughout the collection. There are no limits here. Puppy girl, how you doing? Bob's playing. Do you have nerve? I do not have nerve. Scout? Script? Shorty? What? What were you trying to figure out? Oh, Short Round. Were you trying to figure out Short Round? Do you ever sleep, dude? Yeah, I do, Thunder. I woke up like an hour and a half before the stream or so. We've been going for 2 hours, though. I'll probably go for like another... I don't know. Well, let's fill up this box and go from there. I only have one other box like set aside, so we'll just fill up the boxes and then we'll wrap up if that sounds good. I am. I'm moving in a few days here. Just moving right around the corner though. Nothing too far. Here, far. I don't know. This is also Universal, but this isn't like this is the E.T. re-release thing. When they released it on Blu-ray and such. I think Spielberg recently said he's not gonna digitally alter his movies like anymore. Like he's not gonna do that anymore, which I'm so happy. I'm so happy he said that because some directors need to draw the line in the sand somewhere. Let's see here: Zero Dark 30, Crimson Peak, Dances with Wolves, Cloud Atlas, Snowpiercer. I haven't seen Snowpiercer. I need to watch that. I've heard really good things about it. And I've owned it for quite a while. I just haven't gotten around to it. They're making a TV show out of it now on TNT, I believe. So, interesting. The Purge Anarchy. I think I have the first... Do I not have the first Purge? I might not have the first Purge. But I have the Purge Anarchy, which I actually prefer over the first Purge. I wasn't crazy about the first Purge. I'm going to say the first Purge a couple more times. So in the second Purge, it's not quite the first Purge, but the first Purge does that thing where the first Purge really kind of doesn't really fully explore the first Purge, kind of idea. But the second Purge movie, it really explores the Purge in the way that I would want to see the Purge, unlike the way the first Purge does it. So in the third Purge, though, I haven't even seen it, so... Let's just purge our thoughts of all that stuff. Snowpiercer, please don't kill yourself before I see you. But yet another comic book adaptation that has Chris Evans. I included it in my Black Panther review. I was just talking about how the fact that we have two Human Torches from different franchises in the MCU. It's hilarious, and the fact that Chris Evans has done like 5 or 6 other comic book adaptations is kind of crazy. Give Me Back My Son. Stand Up Guys. This is a movie directed by Fisher Stevens that Fisher Stevens, if you don't know, he played, Chuck? He played Chuck. Or Fish. What was his name? Was his name Fish? I think it was Fish. On Early Edition, a show that probably none of you know what it is. But Early Edition was a show that I used to watch a lot, and he was an actor on there. And I remember seeing, wait, Fisher Stevens directed that movie with Al Pacino and Alan Arkin and Christopher Walken, and it was produced by Ted Gidlow, or Ted Gidlow is the production manager on it. He's like the first name that pops up in the credits. I've never met... Oh, he actually executive produced that movie. I've never met Ted Gidlow in my life. I don't know who Ted Gidlow is. But apparently he works in the film business. And he's the only Gidlow I know in the film business that... Well, I don't know him, but name-wise. So it always fascinates me. So I bought this movie, and I still haven't watched it yet. But it's about, a old wise guy getting out of prison, and I think they're kind of... I think there's some shady shit happening. He kind of gets his last ride, sort of deal. Boyhood, I thought this movie was great. Y'all seen Boyhood? Boyhood? When's the kitchen utensils pack up live stream? That will be happening off stream. Thank you very, very much. I only have the dignity to say, here are the Blu-rays that I have. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about the spatula that I have. What do you guys think about it? You don't know I typed 2010? Ricky L 2010, changing the years. Going back 2 years. Hi, I'm Dan. You haven't seen it? It's good. This movie, if you haven't seen it, it was filmed throughout, 12 years? It was filmed throughout 12 years. So once a year, the same actors and crew would get together and film kind of the next part of the movie. And it was kind of like worked around and I'd imagine kind of tooled throughout the years, but it was Richard Linklater directed it, and it's a very unique project. I remember hearing about it like 4 or 5 years before it came out, and then forgot about it. Like I remember, I was like, "Oh, that's so unique!" Like filming a movie throughout the years, so you can kind of capture these specific moments in time throughout this life of a kid, and it was very close to the age of me. So it's like. It's really weird how it all plays out, but very interesting movie. Some great performances from some great actors, and on the gimmick alone of it being filmed throughout the years, it's interesting. 10 Things I Hate About You, Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Oh, he's the best. I love that movie so much. And The Artist, I've never seen that one, but also in a shiny case, so I put it next to the Universal movies. Cedar the Midnight Trilogy or whatever it's called. I don't know if I've seen too many of his movies. I think I've seen a couple of his movies. What has Linklater fully done here? Because I've heard people, so many people say they were inspired by his movies, and I've only seen... I don't know how many I've seen, really. I haven't really sought him out. He directed A Scanner Darkly. I've seen A Scanner Darkly. I remember seeing that around when it came out. I rented that one. Slacker. I've heard a lot of people mention Slacker. I've never seen it. 10 Things I Hate About You is a great movie. See, that's the kind of quintessential teen, whatever. Oh, Dazed and Confused. Okay, I've seen Dazed and Confused. Not recently. I'd imagine that probably way better now. School of Rock. I've seen School of Rock. I like School of Rock a lot. He did the remake of Bad News Bears. I didn't like that one so much. Yeah. He did Bernie? Interesting. He has an interesting filmography as far as a director goes. I remember I did watch School of Rock recently with Liz, and I was like, when his name came up, I was like, I had no idea, and now I did it again to myself. Dan, have you seen Spawn? It's been a long-ass time, but yes, when I was younger, I saw it on TV, which does not... TV Spawn is kind of weird, but... and then my friend, I did watch a good chunk of it at my friend's house as well, and that was on cable, so that wasn't cut, but... yes, I've seen most of Spawn. It's not a great movie. But it was my first introduction to Michael Jai White, though. So, he's my fave. Black Dynamite. Where is my Black Dynamite Blu-ray? That should be it, right here. Should be next to all the other yellow Blu-rays, like Knocked Up, Little Miss Sunshine, and Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite is amazing. They're doing an Indiegogo right now for a sequel, like a spiritual sequel to Black Dynamite, and I hope it gets made, and I don't know where they're at right now, but hopefully it gets made, because I like that movie a lot. Little Miss Sunshine Knocked Up, nothing to do with Black Dynamite. But you know what? I've never seen Little Miss Sunshine. I've heard so many good things. Directed by Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris. Written by Michael Arndt. Hey, that was the guy who was tasked to do... he was writing Star Wars, The Force Awakens, before it was The Force Awakens. Michael Arndt was the guy they hired. That's hilarious. And then JJ came in and was like, I don't want that, and threw it away. Yeah. Spawn the Animated Series was good. I watched Spawn the Animated Series. I watched RoboCop the Animated Series as well growing up. I watched all the movie adaptation animated series, like Men in Black, and, well, Jackie Chan wasn't really an adaptation of anything. That was more so just, yeah, I don't know. Thanks for the follows, everybody. Melanol, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. My streams aren't usually like this. I'm not usually just sitting here talking about movies and doing Blu-rays. I literally did a stream like this, unpacking my Blu-rays, like 7 months ago. But I was more so just kind of... I was filming my Blu-ray video, so I was just going through each one, not really talking about the movies too much. Oh, the Anchormans. I love the Anchormans so much, both of these. I haven't seen the second one since really around the time when the Rated R edition came out. I watched the Rated R edition of the second movie. I don't know why they released it with 763 new jokes. I don't know why they released it PG-13 to begin with. Wasn't the original Rated R? No, I guess this is just the unrated edition to begin with, so... who knows? Alright. Man, the first movie had 36 deleted scenes. I remember there's so much in the first movie that they completely deleted out a subplot involving, like, a bank robbery and stuff that is like its own mini, like, episode of, like, an Anchorman TV show. It's like 20 to 30 minutes long, and it's just crazy. Dan, Jackie Chan's Police Story Saga, do you have it? I have some, I have a couple of Jackie Chan's, like, maybe just one. What is it, Rumble in the Bronx? I think that's the only one I have. And that's in one of my collections. No, I have Super Cop. Isn't that him? I have the Super Cop movie, and Project A and Project A2, and Dragon Lord. This is quite a pack right here. Driven to Kill with Steven Seagal, Jackie Chan Super Cop, Sean Bean, Bravo 2-0, and then Project A, Project A2, and Dragon Lord. It comes with 3 Blu-ray movies and then 3 DVD movies. All right. It's like we're trying to get rid of shit that we have sitting in a fucking warehouse somewhere, so we repackage them. So I don't think I have the Police Story Saga. It's somewhere. Well, I have others. Maybe more than two. I thought I had Rumble in the Bronx, unless I'm wrong. I haven't seen any of them though. I've just seen clips from a million things. Yankerman is dope porn. Yankerman, the wanky shit demon. Has anybody seen that video? Don't watch it. It's weird. Thoughts on Toys R Us closing down for good? I mean, I was never really a super avid Toys R Usser growing up. I mean, I didn't have a multitude of toys. Mostly my friends had more toys than I did, so it's like I played with my friends' shit. Toys R Us didn't really come into the equation too often because we didn't either live near one super close by, or it's just like we never went to a toy store. We went to Walmart, which I would hang out in the electronics department and just look at the movies and read I would look at all the DVD packaging and like movies. I would read all the actors in the movies. I would read like synopsises for movies. I was such a big nerd. But at the same time, we couldn't really afford too much. So it was like, I would just look at that shit and eventually want to get it. And, eventually I did get a lot of the collections and everything that I wanted. But your brain is your toy. Exactly. Ooh, Neeson season. Young Dan, love his movie. So yeah, I didn't, I spent more time in the Walmart electronics department than I did way more than any Toys R Us. I went to when my mom would go grocery shopping, I would walk down to the video store. So I went to the video store nearly every day, and my parents, my mom would give me $1 to make my parents' bed every day. So I would make money that way, and then rent movies. So like every day I made $1, and they had 99-cent rentals at the Premier's Video that I used to go to growing up. So I, was a video store / electronics department kid, just staring at the things. I was a weirdie. I was a little weirdie. Isn't there a shitty Toys R Us in Colorado? I remember a Creature Talk. Oh, I don't know. The only times I've been to Toys R Us in the last several years has been it's been with Jordan for videos and stuff, mainly for toy chests and such. So that's kind of the most exposure I've ever really had with Toys R Us. Otherwise, it's been Walmart toys sections and maybe occasionally Target, but it's mainly Walmart growing up. That the only time I remember going to a toy store was when we moved. We moved from New York to North Carolina, and it was my birthday right around the move. We moved 2 days before my birthday, and right when we moved, I'm gonna say we moved a million more times. They took me to a toy store and said you can pick out 2 things, and I picked out. I don't know why. I picked out I remember going through that SNES. They had a trough with SNES games in it, and I was just going through them and trying to find a good SNES game. Couldn't find anything that great. I ended up picking a hockey stick and ball, so I could play some street hockey and such, because I didn't have a stick and a ball. And my siblings had sticks, or at least one stick. And then I picked out a Nickelodeon little cassette tape that had theme songs from shows and stuff, and it had Happy Happy Joy Joy from Ren and Stimpy, and a bunch of songs from just Nickelodeon shows. And that's what I went with. I don't know. Spawn the video game was one of the SNES games, by the way, that I almost got, but I didn't. Because my parents probably would have been like, I don't know about that. So yeah. Wolf Creek 2. Has anybody seen Wolf Creek? I haven't seen Wolf Creek 2, but I have seen Wolf Creek, or most of Wolf Creek. And I haven't watched Wolf Creek 2 yet, but I have it on Blu-ray. I remember I bought this years and years ago because we had Liz and I had watched the first Wolf Creek around that time, and we just never got. I think we started this maybe. Liz wasn't as enthralled, but I can't remember. It's open. It's out of the package, so we may very well have started at some point. We've watched so many crappy movies in our lifetime. Sometimes you just can't make it through it all. But I mean, Wolf Creek 2. I liked the first one a lot, so I don't know. American Hustle. I wasn't crazy about this one either. Alice in Wonderland is trippy. The original, the cartoon. I need more Disney classics, but one thing, they do that vault thing where they lock them away and then they'll kind of jack up the prices when they re-release them or whatever, and they're either $25 to $30 or $20 at least. They're always full price. You can't get classic Disney movies at cheapo prices half the time. Most of the time they're very much, there's never a surplus. That's how they do it. Their stupid vault. You seen Wolf Creek? Yeah, I like Wolf Creek. I like the original Wolf Creek. I thought that was all right. But I don't know about Wolf Creek 2. We never finished it, so. But it was definitely a little bit of a different flavor. Chicago! Speaking of musicals. I wasn't talking about musicals, but Chicago is the thing. Cabin in the Woods. Great movie. Joss Whedon. Back when he made good things. I hope he starts making good things again soon. Alice in Wonderland is trippy. Are you talking about the 86 version, not cartoon? 86 version. Is that I haven't seen the 86 version. Oh, Jeffrey Mitchell, how you doing? You're doing great? Hell yeah. What about the Wrong Turn movies? I've seen the first Wrong Turn. I saw that. We rented it when it came out on video. Or, DVD. I think it might have been DVD at the time. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the other ones. The first one I remember had that shot with the axe or whatever, or the saw or whatever the fuck happened and cut off from here. Man, Liz and I went and saw Annihilation, y'all. There's some fucked up shit in Annihilation. Movies, have you watched Black Panther? Yes, I have C Trato, if that's how you pronounce your name. I did a review out of it on my YouTube channel. You should totally check out. But I liked it a lot. Black Panther was really, really good. If you want to hear my full, like, in-depth thoughts, I have like a 13-minute review or something like that on my YouTube channel. Have y'all seen? Steven Spielberg has Ready Player One coming out this weekend. Have y'all seen War Horse? Oh, I guess it is out now, right? It's the weekend. Time is moving very weirdly with my toothache. Like, the last day has been just like, or the day before. War Horse is a pretty good movie. I liked this movie. This is probably the last movie of his I saw. Of the movies that he's released in the last year, you know, like 5 years or so. I haven't seen Bridge of Spies. I haven't seen The Post. I wanted to go see The Post, but I didn't. It's probably still in theaters right now, actually. War Horse, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really great. Oh my gosh, don't show Dex this. It's The Ring! Can you see it? I don't think she... Wait. Oh, there she is. Yeah. She's right there. The Ring Girl. And then you got that. She's screaming in the title. Ah! A child! Ah! Wouldn't it be like, ah! Wouldn't it be like the child and then the ring and then you go to that and it's the creepy girl with the screaming? Wouldn't you want to do that? I don't even know. Telling you the sucker's toast. Love War Horse. Made you cry though. I thought it was pretty good. It was some great, you know. Oh, maybe Lincoln? Lincoln was the last movie I saw of his. What's the end? The end of what? What are your favorite horror movies? Is your favorite genre by far? Well, I mean, I pulled off most of the horror movies. I mean, I like, as far as mainstream horror goes, like the Scream movies. I like the Scream movies a lot. Recent horror movie, I like the Conjuring series, the Insidious series. I thought that like the most recent Insidious wasn't like the strongest of them, but I thought it was all right. But that's kind of more mainstream haunted house kind of horror movies. I mean, if you want to get like nitty gritty, there's some nitty gritties on here. Let's see here. Let's look at the collection. I have some curveballs in here. I have, you know, it goes from fucked up to not so fucked up at points. You know, we have something like a Serbian film, which I have on Blu-ray. I bought it because Liz was talking about it once. I was like, oh, let's watch it. I bought it on Blu-ray. She's like, I don't know why you bought it. It's not like we're going to be watching it all the time. And then you have something like Martyrs. I have the original Martyrs, not the remake. I didn't even know they remade it until... I think it was recently, right? I heard it wasn't as good as the original, but... I don't know. I've seen... Liz brought me into the world of a lot of the kind of more niche horror offerings. Like, I've watched a lot of movies that I will never remember the names of or the actors in them over the last, like, 5 or 6 years of my life. Some really shitty ones that I probably should... I should have kept a journal or something of all these movies that we watched, because we watched so many of them. Serbian film, not even once. You know, the person who directed The Ring went off, directed Pirates... Oh, no, it's, Gore Verbinski did The Ring. He did Weatherman after the fact. After the 3 Pirates movies, he did Weatherman. Amongst other things. Yeah, he's done, and he did Rango. Yeah, Gore Verbinski. He was going to do a BioShock movie. He was developing a rated R BioShock movie. And then that just... it went nowhere. I guess, I think he said something more like it was a studio thing. Have you seen the Alfie movie? No, I have not. Alfie, I remember the hoopla around that movie, but I have not seen Alfie. Transcendence, a movie directed by Wally Pfister, who's actually directed a handful of the Tick episodes as well. Wally Pfister is the cinematographer for all of Christopher Nolan's movies, up to Interstellar. That's when he started working with Hoyt, what is his name? Hoyt Van Dyke something? I don't know where. I think Interstellar is below everything. So, but this was directed by the cinematography of a lot of Christopher Nolan's movies, and produced by Nolan, I believe, as well. This movie, I think, got kind of a bad rap. I dug it. It's not the most amazing thing in the world, but I don't know. I think I have to give this a rewatch at some point. Johnny Depp, mid, pre, post drunk stuff. I don't know. He was all right in it. I mean, he's not in it a whole. I mean, he's in it a lot, but he puts his mind in a computer. Ooh, spooky! And then things happen. It's an all right movie. It's kind of like a Black Mirror episode that kind of goes off the rails. Need more David Fincher? Did you miss all the David Finchers earlier? I am Keylock. I already went through my David Finchers. I do need more David Fincher, probably. But I have a lot of his movies. I have Zodiac. I have Alien 3. I have Zodiac. I have Gone Girl. I have Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I have Social Network. That's 5 movies. I mean, owning 5 movies of any one director, generally, pretty good in my book. I own a lot of random Spielberg movies. Just got done watching The Prestige. What, Tropical Bears? How'd you like it? How'd you like it, Tropical? It's great, huh? No spoilers, but it's great, huh? But yes, things and stuff and stuff and things. These are kind of, some of these are movies that I haven't really seen. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these, except for this one. All right, of the handful I have right here, I've only seen A Million Ways to Die in the West, which I like a lot. I like that movie a fair bit. I didn't like it as much the first time I saw it. I think it grew on me more and more as I saw it multiple times. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. I completely forgot about this movie pretty much. This came out around the time when I went just Blu-ray crazy. I was buying like pretty much any movie. Yeah, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World with Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. Has a lot of people in it I like. I don't know even who directed or wrote this movie. It was written and directed by Lorraine Scafaria. That's how you pronounce it. Yes, I have not seen it, but it looked all right. Has anybody else seen that? Has anybody seen Seeking a Friend for the End of the Earth? Seeking a Friend is a good flick. Well, there you go, I am Keylock. Somebody's seen it. It's pretty damn good. Hell yeah. End of Watch, David Ayer. I watched the beginning of this. I didn't finish it, though. I've heard good things. I have a couple David Ayer movies. Didn't he make Gridiron Gang? I have Gridiron Gang just because Christian Bale's in it, and I own anything that Christian Bale's in. If that's the movie I'm thinking of. Hi, I'm Dan. Shame with Michael Fassbender. From what I hear, featuring Michael Fassbender's dick, but I haven't seen it yet. I still haven't watched it. I think he's a sex addict or something like that in the movie. I've heard really good things. I just haven't seen it. Wolf of Wall Street, not featuring Leo's penis, I don't think. Kind of missed opportunity there. I've only seen half of it, but it was an hour and a half in, and it wasn't even done yet. But yeah, no, I've seen half of a lot of movies, y'all. It's kind of sad. A Most Violent Year. I like the actors here. Full 5 inches. End of Watch is great. That's what I've heard done goofed. Doing alright, woke up a few hours ago, watched a movie. Well, there you go. Which Transformers movies did you like? I put away the Transformers movies. 1 through 3's, they're harmless enough. I like 1 through 3. I can watch 1 through 3. Like, the Shia movies are the watchable ones. The 2 new ones are so bleh. But yeah, Most Violent Year. This looked really good. I haven't seen it. I've heard good things. Broken City. Again, this was directed by one of the directors of The Book of Eli. And I really liked The Book of Eli. And it was like the first movie that guy had done after it. So I was like, I want to see that. And then just never had. Schindler's List. Citizen Kane. I haven't seen either of these movies. I'm going to do them on the Essentials at some point once I get around to actually starting up that series. Once we can kind of get YouTube videos going back up regularly or so. But yeah, I would say the first 3 Transformers movies. You've only seen half of Leo's dick. I've seen half of Ben's dick, Ben Affleck's dick. We gotta move at a faster pace here. We gotta move at a faster pace. We gotta get the Blu-rays put away. Have y'all ever seen this? If you're interested in movies, particularly the difference between film and digital, in general, if you're a bit of a tech person / interested in film, this is a very fascinating documentary presented by Keanu Reeves, and it has a lot of great interviews from directors listed, kind of talking about the difference between film and digital. and kind of both sides of the conversation regarding it, and particularly with storage and archiving and such. They get into that stuff. It's very interesting if you're interested in that sort of stuff. And Keanu asking people questions, going, "What do you think about digital?" No, he doesn't sound like that. Think there's any hope for the upcoming Bumblebee movie? I don't know. I think weren't they planning? Is the Bumblebee movie a part of the reboot, or are they rebooting after the Bumblebee movie? I think they're doing they have a plan to reboot or something like that. I don't know though. How much of the Criterion Collection Blu-rays, Dan? How many? I don't know, Funky. I think maybe just 1 or 2. I want to say the only one I own maybe is following Christopher Nolan's movie. I'm looking for the little blip. I think that's the only Criterion I have. I wanted to get Naked Lunch not too long ago. That was on the Criterion, added to the Criterion not too long ago. But I did not get to see it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, y'all. That's a good one, if you haven't seen it. Tobe Hooper, rest in peace. Passed away not too long ago. Black Mass, Johnny Depp. I like that movie. The Guest, I was talking about that earlier. Adam Wingard, also pretty good. But yeah. Set in World War II or something weird. What, the Bumblebee movie? The Bumblebee movie is supposed to be an 80s movie. After, they're rebooting after. That's weird. People low-key clown on Keanu to this day. Have you seen what his net worth is? Oh my god, joke's on you. Hey, I'm not... No, I love Keanu Reeves. What are you talking about? I bought the Blu-ray of his documentary. I am a ardent Keanu supporter, and I think he can be one of the most wooden and or lively actors on screen at any given time. Black Mass was so boring. I agree. It's probably half an hour too long. How long is it? There's a better movie inside of the movie that it currently is, but it's still not terrible either. It's 2 hours long, so I'd say an hour and a half. It could have been great. Bum, bum, bum. John Wick. Indeed. I don't think I have John Wick. I don't have John Wick or John Wick 2. It's one of the reasons why I haven't watched John Wick 2 yet, because it's available on demand. Like, I have it on, like, at HBO Go and stuff, but I started watching it, and they crop in. It was shot in 235 by 1, and they crop it into 16 by 9. And it just seems so sad to watch it on my projector screen in 16 by 9. So I'm waiting to buy it on Blu-ray at some point. Oh, Keanu and Dracula. I have Dracula, and Keanu is... Oh, oof. Why was he cast? That's not his fault. It's not his fault. He shouldn't have been cast. Where is Dracula? There it is. No, that's the Blair Witch Project. Oh, there's a Serbian film. No, it's a Serbian film. Look at the amazing... Look, they can't even include any pictures from the movie because there's like nothing in the movie that's like, what are you going to show a picture of him in the beginning watching porn on his TV? His pride, his morality, his sanity, and maybe his own life. Dun 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 dun. This is the unrated edition. Is there a rated version of a Serbian film out anywhere? Oh, is this the Dracula we were talking about? Dracula Untold? I've still never seen this. I still haven't. I started watching this on a plane recently, and then I was like, oh, I should probably wait until I'm home. And stopped watching it. Because I've had it on my iPad forever. Oh, man. His accent is his fault. Well, that's true. But if they had a language coach or something... You never saw John Wick and second part? Damn. Have you watched a Serbian film? I have. I watched it once. And I own it on Blu-ray. I'd imagine I'd watch it. I could, like, if I had friends who hadn't seen it or something like that, I would watch it with them, but... Oh! Flowers of War, Christian Bale. I've watched the first 40 minutes of this. Yeah, I never got back to it. I should get back to it, though. It wasn't terrible. But Christian Bale being a weird jerky person, he was kind of a jerky person a little bit. Ooh, Cowboys and Aliens, y'all. Jon Favreau's follow-up to Iron Man, Cowboys and Aliens. You have to have somebody with a wrist blaster. Pew, pew, pew. Because it's Iron Man. Dan, why have you not burned a Serbian film? Hey, that's art you're talking about. iRobot in 3D. Look, it's Will Smith in 3 dimensions. Look, his head's wobbling, right? No? No? 3D! I got this after they re-released it in 2012 in theaters, briefly in 3D, because they were doing all those post-conversion 3D things. Flight with Denzel. I thought that was a pretty good Robert Zemeckis movie. As far as, like, he hasn't done, like, too many great, like, movies that have, like, the last Robert Zemeckis movie that I was, like, super excited for was Beowulf, which was alright. I like Beowulf. I think I have that on Blu-ray somewhere here. I definitely had it on DVD at one point. I am Beowulf. What are you packing? Why are you packing? I'm moving, Trevor. I'm moving. Is 3D dead now? I don't know. I mean, it's certainly, I'd imagine theaters will be pulling it back. I think there's been less of an interest audience-wise for it, but I don't know. I don't think it's dead. I think VR is kind of the way of, you know, the way they're kind of moving into that realm a little bit, or a different kind of, like, multi-dimensional realm is the way they'll go with it more. But I don't know. One day we're just going to plug the cord into our brains and it's all going to play in our brains and we're going to be like, ah. So, you know. Yeah, I'm just moving right around the corner, Trevor. You read that wrong. 3D is a big hit or a miss, really. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It shouldn't have become like a standard at the time after Avatar and everything. Like, yeah, certainly it saw a resurgence in popularity, but they like made a big deal about filming / post converting so many movies, and it was like it was so unnecessary, and it was tough to find a 2D like viewing of some movies sometimes, and like, yeah, I don't need to see every movie in 3D. I always liked it being an option sort of deal, but yeah. Hi, I'm Dan. You seen Johnny Mnemonic? I've seen no, I have not. That's Keanu. I have not. The Gaming Ox. One day, I think Alex D'Elia put it on at work one day, but I could be wrong. He might have, but I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it. What even started that whole movie has to be in 3D. Avatar came out and it was like that big, like, and it made so much money, like money. It made $2 billion. Avatar made $2 billion worldwide. That's insane. And one of those reasons was 3D. It was expensive, and you know they spent a lot of money on that movie too. Fight Club is your favorite movie? Didn't I just have that in my hand? Yeah. And Fight Club. Fight Club is my favorite movie. Isn't that a meme? No, I'm kidding. Fight Club's pretty good. When was the last time I watched that? Not too long ago. Maybe a couple years ago. It holds up. It's pretty good. That's another Fincher. See, I got Finchers. So that's 6 Fincher movies. I don't know what other ones. I mean, how many other movies does he have? I'm amazed I have as many Fincher movies as I do. Hitchcock, Liz and I watched this not too long ago. That's been on my shelf for quite a while. I thought it was pretty good. I wish they would have maybe done more of those. It felt like they kind of could have done a very episodic kind of thing, just focusing on him doing a movie. Whether or not, you know, there's as much hoopla around his other movies, but he's an interesting guy. That specifically focused on the making of Psycho and such. Jersey Boys. I still haven't watched that yet. It's still in its packaging, like in its wrapper. Jack Reacher. I need to see the second one at some point. I had abstained from watching this for the longest time until Aaron finally came over and watched it, because that's what all we ever talked about was like, he was like, "Have you seen Jack Reacher?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "Because you haven't watched it with me." Let's see here. Spy. Melissa McCarthy. Yeah. Avatar can have a better story. Yeah. We talked about it earlier, because that was like the first thing we started off the stream talking about was Avatar. Second Jack Reacher's poop. That's what I've heard. I've heard the second one's not as good as the first, but the first one was pretty good. I enjoyed the first one, so I'd imagine if they swung and a miss on that second one. Who directed that second one? Because it wasn't Christopher McQuarrie again, because he went off and did Rogue Nation and such. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I did a Dance News Reviews on this way back when. It didn't strike me the way I thought it would. I thought this would be a movie that I would be like super into, and that I would really love, but ended up being kind of a bit of a miss for me. I don't know. It was kind of like, it's kind of to it. It Follows. There's a pretty good, solid, like, as far as like modern horror movies go. I enjoyed those ones. Fast and Furious movies. Yeah, I already put those ones away. Those were early on. I have 1 through 5, and I have only seen 1 and 2, but I've seen a lot of the later movies in like breakdown videos and like CinemaSins and Honest Trailers and stuff. So I've seen, the broad strokes of the movies in the later ones, but like it's kind of the middle ones where I'm a little fuzzy. Suffers because of different directors. Yeah. I mean, and like I like that they for the new Mission Impossibles after Rogue Nation, they brought Christopher McQuarrie back. It's the first director they've ever brought back, or who has ever returned to do 2 movies in the series, let alone in a row. So that's a pretty cool thing. Iron Sky. I remember. I still haven't watched this. I still haven't watched Iron Sky. It's ridiculous that I haven't, because I followed this movie so much when it was being developed and everything, and it finally came out, and I bought it on Blu-ray, and I never watched it. I think they had a sequel. Didn't a sequel come out already to that? Or they're working on one of the two. I need to watch that. It's ridiculous I haven't watched it yet. Silent House. I think this is like a one-take horror movie. One take. That I haven't seen yet. I've heard good things about, though. And Godzilla, the Gareth Edwards Godzilla, I thought was really great. It Follows, you thought was good. It was good, you thought. Like, it's restrained. Yeah, it's not like overblown, like too crazy or anything. Tinker Awesome Cast mundane script that went flat hard. I'm with you, Keylock. My Dance News Reviews of it I did was like not very. It just didn't click with me, which is sad because it had Tom. I mean, how many people? You have everybody in that movie. Tom Hardy, Toby Jones, Gary Oldman, a million people. What's his name? Oh crap! Let me just read off the list here. Let's see here. Gary Oldman, Kathy Burke, Benedict Cumberbatch, Colin Firth, Stephen Graham, Tom Hardy. Ciarán Hinds was in that? I forgot about that. John Hurt, Toby Jones, Simon McBurney, Mark Strong. Like, that's a cast. That is like a British who's who right there. A British Doctor Who's Who. There weren't any doctors in that movie. I don't even know why I made that joke. Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. Tropical Bears. It's also because McQuarrie had a cousin or someone related to him that was in the military that did a lot of supervision in the first film for a lot of the action-y scenes. I gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. Okay, this box is getting close, very close to being done. Let's go through here. So let's see here. We got. Has anybody seen this one? This is a really random one. It's Brad Pitt, Harrison Ford. It's called The Devil's Own. It's a movie where Brad Pitt has to do a really bad Irish accent in the entire movie because he's part of the IRA. He's like an IRA guy who's going to America, and his cover is he's living with a cop who doesn't know he's a member of the IRA. So he's living with a cop, Harrison Ford, who's this Irish cop. Harrison Ford's like Irish by family, by generational. So he's taking in this Irish kid who's here to make like a weapons trade. He's here to get some weapons to take back to Ireland to use in the IRA's efforts. And it's a very interesting movie. I bought the VHS of this at a yard sale a million years ago, and that's how I knew about it, and that's why I bought it on Blu-ray because it was out. But it's a pretty good movie. It's a solid like kind of suspense thriller, a little bit of political stuff, but yeah, pretty good. Which Batman actor do you like the most? Just movies or just in general? I'd say Kevin Conroy is my favorite, but yeah. Gosh, you're so random. Not really. John Hurt. Oh yeah, he is. John Hurt is a doctor. Oh my gosh, you're right. You guys are no, and I forgot it was in the Christmas special. I haven't watched. My experience with Doctor Who has been. I watched when they redid it with Christopher Eccleston on PBS in the mid 2000s, whenever it started. And I watched a few episodes of that, and when I could catch them. And then I just kind of fell off, and then it got really popular. But I haven't been able to catch up. I tried to hop on when Peter Capaldi switched, and I watched that first episode and was like, meh. Yeah, 2005, yeah, that sounds about right. It was like mid-2000s. I was going to say early 2000s, but that seemed too early. It was on PBS, though. And, yeah, I remember just watching random episodes. I liked him. I liked Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper. I thought they were really good. That lady with a stretched face, isn't that the first episode? I remember that was the first Doctor Who episode I ever saw. It was on PBS, and it was they were on that space station, and they were looking at Earth. And there was this lady who was just like this drape of skin. But yeah. I don't know if that's the first episode, but that was the first episode I ever saw in my life. Yeah, hi, I'm Dan. Alright, Devil's Rejects. Speaking of movies that I was talking about earlier, Devil's Rejects. I don't know why. Why did I buy that movie? Maybe because I was like, I want to see I heard about it, so I wanted to see it. And then I never watched it and ended up going to see it at the Alamo. So, press X to Jason. First episode was the Mannequins. Now, I might not have seen that one then. But I thought that... But Billie Piper had just been taken. It was like the first time she had ever been with him or whatever. And she was like so like thrown off by everything. Maybe I'm just super wrong. But you fell in love with Doctor Who, didn't think you'd like it at all. Yeah, and like my parents, it's so funny. My little sister Haley, she's super into Doctor Who. Here, I'm just gonna stick these in here. Keep packing while we're talking. My little sister was very, very into the Doctor Who once. What's his name was on there? Yes, the guy that everybody loves. Guy from Jessica Jones. I'm not gonna look at the chat because I know you're saying his name. I know you're saying it. Guy from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The guy from that one serious-looking cop show drama. I'm going to remember his name. You're all saying it because you know it. But I don't know it because I've only seen one episode of Jessica Jones. He wasn't even in it. Christopher Eccleston, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and David Tennant. There we go. I got it. I had to go through all the doctors in order to get to David Tennant. Yeah. I don't even know why I was trying to think of David Tennant in the first place. What was happening? Oh, yeah, no. So my sister started watching when David Tennant was the Doctor and got my parents into it. My dad, my stepmom. And so they were watching it when Haley was living with them. I'm sure now that she's living with them again, they're probably sucked back into it. But they stopped watching when Peter Capaldi switched around because, one, I think Haley wasn't living with them anymore, and they just kind of lost interest. But it was funny hearing my dad talk about Doctor Who. But I mean, my dad, you know, gave us our interest in like Star Trek and sci-fi and all that stuff. So it's like it's not far to think that my dad would really come to like Doctor Who. Skyrim song, Dan, turn it up. I think it's done now. Thanks for watching. Yep, I have all the Saw movies. They're already packed away. I already did all the horror stuff. Like, all my horror stuff was right here, for the most part. And now it's gone. But yeah.
Handy for your thoughts.
This is one I haven't seen that I've always heard was good. Limitless. I have not seen it, but funnily enough, holding Collateral and Limitless next to each other kind of look like similar covers, just a little bit, because they have this streaky, like, lights and stuff going on. And it's a similar color scheme. And you know what? Tom Cruise and Bradley Cooper are pretty much the same person, so, you know. Oh, Sweeney Todd! I like this movie a lot too. Sweeney Todd. I have a soft spot for musicals. I like a good musical. If there's a good musical out there, I'm down. Man, that's a tough corner right there. There you go. That's fine. There we go. Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds. Has anybody seen that? I haven't. I own it. For some reason. I bought it at some point. I think there was a point in 2012 where I was just like, I'm going to buy any movie I would want to watch. And I still want to watch it. But I just never gotten around to it. I like how they use X-Men Origins Wolverine as a credit for Ryan Reynolds on this. Ryan Reynolds, The Proposal, and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Wow. Alright. And The Lady from Alias. That remake is okay. Sweeney Todd's one that made you start giving musicals a chance. You liked Limitless, both movies and the TV series. How long did that TV show only go on for one season? Kind of makes me sad. Thought it was kind of crap. Yeah, I've heard not great things about that Amityville Horror movie. Hey, The Crow, the good one, before they made a million sequels. And now they're making a sequel and people are like, it'll tarnish the memory of Brandon Lee. I'm like, they made a TV show and like 4 shitty movies. Let them make a good remake, please. Especially if it's going to be Jason Momoa. I'm totally down for Jason Momoa to be the Crow. He's a great, great as Aquaman for like what little he was in the movie for. I'm hoping his Aquaman movie's pretty good. But yeah. Give Jason Momoa a chance to be the Crow, man. Brandon Lee did a great job, and he tragically died on the set, which sucks. But yeah. Dawn of the Dead and The Day. Not of the Dead. It's just The Day. I haven't watched The Day. The Day has Shawn Ashmore and Dominic Monaghan. That's why I bought it. Mainly because Dominic Monaghan. He was talking about it on Twitter at one point. And I was like, I'm going to check that out. And it's just one of those post-apocalyptic sort of dealios, I think. Yeah, 5 Group of Survivors. So, it's one of those movies. I liked the remake of Dawn of the Dead. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. I dug that movie a fair bit. Crow's one of your favorites? That would be badass. I know! It's more aimed at being a reboot, isn't it? Yeah. Do you have any gangster movies? Well, each one has kind of been a reboot. Like, hasn't each time it's been a different Crow? It hasn't been the same one, right? It's more aimed at being... Yeah. Do you have any gangster movies? Scarface? It's in my hand. The Steel Book of Scarface. Did you see it or something? Or did you know this was in my hand when you would ask that? Because it's in my hands right now. I have 2 copies of Scarface. This and the Steel Book. This is the Steel Book. The Steelbook, and then I have a regular copy somewhere as well. I think I had bought the Steelbook separately. It has a little ding on it, too. That kind of sucks. But I've never seen Scarface in my life. The original or the remake. Or the remake they're going to be doing with Diego Luna at some point. Say hello to my little friend. Music's cut off. I haven't not watched it because it's not good. It's just I haven't gotten around to it yet. See Trato. At some point, I'm going to do a series on my channel where called The Essentials, where I go through and watch some of the movies that I've never seen. Because there's a lot, like Citizen Kane, I own Citizen... there's a lot of movies I own that I've never seen, that I've heard so many things about throughout growing up. But I've seen so many movies growing up. Like, I've watched a lot of movies. I've also half-watched a lot of movies as well. I just love movies so much. So, and then there's just, like, a select handful of these, like, classics that are the quintessential movies that I haven't watched, that I need to get to at some point. But, yeah, I'm Dan. The worst one is with Edward Furlong as the Crow. Oh, yeah, no, I know. I've seen. That's why people were talking about like stopping this new Crow remake from happening, and I'm like, where were you when and I was particularly thinking the Edward Furlong one. He was in some random horror movie on some like 20 horror movies package DVD thing, and he was in some really crappy. It was like it was like about a reality show or something, and he was so bad in it, and I was like, what is he doing? Like, is he? I don't get it. Been live for just over 3 hours. Have we been going for 3 hours? What the fuck? Is there a movie you regret not watching on the big screens at the theater? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of chances to see movies I never saw in the theater with the Alamo. So the Alamo does a lot of specialty screenings. So there's a lot of movies that I never even would have had a chance to see because I wasn't alive when they were out in theaters. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
Jesus Christ. Fire Hunter Live, thank you for the $1 tip. We love you, Dan. Aw, I love you, Fire Hunter Live. How you doing, Fire Hunter Live? Cruel World, I have not seen Cruel World. Movie, I regret not seeing it when it came out. But it came out. You're whistling along, Rick Astley help. Shit. Oh, kitty. Buddy. Cooper. Come here, buddy. Ooh. Come here, kitty. Come say hi to everybody. Hi. Aww, I love you, buddy. Why are you meowing? I love you. You want to come say hi? He's like, no, feed me. You're on a diet. He's like, I don't know what that means, and I don't give a shit. You just realized Bane's in the jar. Bane's always in the jar, except for half the time he's buried. Aww. You want to say hi to everybody? Little kitty buddy? Yeah, you do want to say hi to everybody. Come here, then. Look, I got you. Come here. You gotta turn around so I can pick you up, bud. Oh my goodness, big kitty! Big kitty, look at the big kitty. Oh my goodness, he's so big! Cooper, this is why you're on a diet. What's Cooper's favorite movie? There are times where we'll be watching a movie and the cats will just turn over and we'll see the cats staring at the screen. And it's not too often, but sometimes they're like so into it. Oh, buddy. Big kitty. How the fuck Cooper lose some weight? We're working on it. We're working on it. He's got his special diet food that we're going to be starting soon. Right now he's on the slow feeder still. Aww. Somebody scratching? Oh, kitty, you have so much hair. So much cat hair. I love you so much, bud. We'll probably be wrapping up here pretty soon. We've been going for like 3 hours. Sure, it's a he might be pregnant. He's a big kitty. He's a big kitty, yeah. We want him to live a long and happy life, so we're trying to get him down a little bit, get him more active. Hopefully the new place there'll be a little bit more space so they can all be a little bit more active in general. Oh my goodness, Cooper, that is so much hair. That is so much hair. Here, you gotta get off this way. There you go. Woo! He's a hopper though. You're an all-star, get your game on, yeah, hey. Oh man. Yeah, he's probably pregnant though. He is Garfield. I had never seen a fat cat in real life until Cooper. And he's kind of gotten perpetually bigger over time. Like we've tried to like switch up the feeding schedules over like different periods. Now we've switched to a completely different feeding thing with a slow feeder where they actually have to work for it and stuff. And then after like we move, we're gonna be switching to a dietary food that the vets gave us that we're gonna kind of be like specifically feeding him. We used to try to like feed him off the side from everybody else, and it just became too much of an issue half the time. And he would try not to like it just like. It was the worst. Right now we're looking into a couple different like ways to kind of specifically feed him. You're a fat bear, can't stand in for a fat cat. Can stand in for a fat cat. Oh man. Anyway, Heim Dan. All right, so let's see here. We got a little bit more space in this box. What are we gonna put down in here? This is actually we watched Truman Show the other day for our Discord movie night thing. I did a movie night as opposed to streaming the other night. And there was a couple first-timers there who had never seen The Truman Show, and this movie is great. If you've never seen it, you should definitely give it a watch. It's so great. One of my favorite Jim Carrey performances. And it's just such a great movie. I have never watched this movie for a second. Anonymous. It's about Shakespeare. Or did Shakespeare write his things? And it was directed by Roland Emmerich, the guy who makes all those disaster movies, like Independence Day in 2012 and such. So, you know it has to be good. This is one of the ones that I'm not sure why I didn't try to sell it. I don't know. I've never seen it, so I heard all right things. And it has some actors in it I like, but yeah. Castaway in beyond high definition. I don't know what that means. But 1080p, beyond high definition. Does anybody know what that means? You said that you needed an extended version of Truman Show. That's true. There's definitely, I'm sure, more that they filmed. Is there deleted scenes? Are there deleted scenes on that? How's it going to end the making of the Truman Show, faux finishing the visual effects of the Truman Show? And yeah, it has deleted scenes. I wonder. I've never really watched the deleted scenes, I don't think. I think maybe I have. They were a little dry, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. There was a time where I used to go through like an entire, like a DVD. I would listen to the commentary track on the movie. But I used to have a lot more time to blow in my hands too. Hey, Liz is watching. Nice. She's at work right now. She probably has me on in the background. Children of Men, because men have children too. I've never finished that movie. I need to finish that movie. Blow! That movie I actually did finally finish. I had seen Blow, like, in chunks for the longest time in my life. I had never watched it all the way through until recently. Oh, it means it's 1081p? You're probably not wrong, Grim. Oh, this is a good one. Bridge on the River Kwai. If you've never seen this one's a pretty good one. POW camp kind of movie. POW camp prisoners rescue World War II sort of deal. Not World War II. Korean? No, yeah. What is this? No, it is World War II, right? It's been a long time since I've seen this. Yeah, it has to be World War II. Or not. What does it say? Spectacularly produced, whenever the doesn't say specifically watch, but hi, I'm Dan. Korean War, different wars. Children of Men has some fantastic shots. I remember I've seen enough to know that it has that Alphonse Cuarón sort of style to it, and it has some of those incredible moments that his movies have. Because I used to have that on DVD, and I had bought it at Blockbuster, like super cheap. And I watched. This is another one I watched about 40 minutes of. I've done that a lot, y'all. I used to watch movies in parts, and sometimes I just never got back to them, to finish them. Kind of depended. You did a lot. I know, I told you. I also watched The Outsider on Netflix with Jared Leto. Oh, how's that? Is that any good? Is that? No, that's that Mr. Nobody movie. Is The Outsider that new one? The one that just came out? The trailer for that looked really good. But I for some reason that made me think of that Mr. Nobody movie that I also haven't seen, that has Jared Leto on the cover, that I've just seen over and over again but have never actually gotten around to. Oh, hey, there's Martyrs. Martyrs, un film de Pascal Laugier. Martyrs is interesting, to say the least. Some interest. Yeah. This is a movie that there's warnings on this. This movie contains scenes of violence and horror that may provoke feelings of disgust, repulsion, or fear. What? All right, interesting how they label that. I thought it was pretty good. A pretty good movie. Mr. Nobody's terrible trash. Gotcha. Delves into the Japanese Yakuza world, but yeah, that's what it was. It looked interesting. I liked his haircut in it. It looked like he had just dyed his Joker hair brown or something, or black. Here's another Mel Gibson movie. No, Terrence Malick movie. Mel Gibson did Apocalypto. Why did I think this was Apocalypto? The New World with Colin Farrell. This is kind of the story of. Funnily enough, it's a John Smith story. That also has Christian Bale, because Christian Bale was in the original Pocahontas. The original Pocahontas. The cartoon Pocahontas for Disney. Christian Bale did a voice in that movie, and he's also in this movie. I don't think he's playing the same character, though. Who was Christian Bale in that Pocahontas movie? I can't remember. Force 10 from Navarone. Harrison Ford. I have not seen that one. Dan, I hope every last Blu-ray is going to be put in the exact same way in your new apartment. No way. Skynet, how you doing, by the way? I already packed away the Terminator movies. What are y'all's thoughts on the new Terminator movie? So, Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, and one of the co-founders of Blur Studios. He was like one of the guys, I think one of the co-founders of Blur Studios. He, along with James Cameron producing, he's going to direct the new Terminator movie. Tropical, thank you for the bit. He played Thomas, who's the friend of John Smith. There you go. I don't think he plays Thomas in this New World movie. Yes, I'm Dan. Where was my brain going with that? Why are you packing? I'm moving, Novi. I'm moving in a couple days, or in a handful of days. Just right around the corner to a bigger space that's cheaper. So, yeah. Packing up my Blu-rays. But yeah, no, the Terminator Genesis sucked, so unfortunately. I saw that in theaters. I had high hopes. But yeah, no, he's directing a new Terminator movie that's kind of going to disregard some of that stuff. And what's her name's coming back from Terminator, the original Terminator and Terminator 2. Oh, crap. Why am I blanking on people's names today? Sarah Connor. The lady who played Sarah Connor is coming back. I can't believe I can't remember her name. Now I'm trying to remember it without looking at the chat again. Anyway, the lady who originally played Sarah Connor is coming back as Sarah Connor, and they're going to do like a proper, like... Linda Ham, thank you. Oh, damn it. Hamilton. Linda Ham. Linda Ham. Oh my fucking god. I read Linda Ham and I was like, oh my god, that's it. Linda Hamilton. Jesus Christ. Linda Hamilton's coming back. I haven't seen her in a movie in a bajillion years. What was the last movie I even saw her in? Oh shit. God damn it, that made me laugh. Alright, so Linda Ham is coming back. And that'll be interesting. I don't know. I'm kind of more interested now. The fact that she's coming back. Oh, hey. Awesome Mario song. Monty Python, Life of Brian, Holy Grail. I've never seen The Life of Brian. I wanted to do this on the Essential series. Because I've seen Holy Grail a million times. I've never seen The Life of Brian in my life. It just happened and nobody ever had a copy of it growing up. But I had seen a Holy Grail in school. And then subsequently on TV and stuff, but I've only seen the end of Life of Brian, the part where there's singing "Look on the Bright Side of Life" on the crosses. She was on the TV series Chuck. I never watched Chuck. I know Zachary Levi he's gonna be what's it called? Shazam in the new Shazam movie, but I have not seen Chuck. I know Adam Baldwin was on that show. I like Adam Baldwin a lot. All right, so that box is done. We're gonna seal this up. We'll wrap up here in a minute. We'll wrap up the Streamaroonie here in a second. Thanks y'all for watching, though. Hopefully you had fun just chilling out, hanging out, listening to me ramble about movies and not remember actors' names. We are the knights who say me. Well, I've referenced, like, in my Avatar videos. I try to get in some references, a couple Monty Python references. Is the music done? What happened? Is this a new... Oh, it's a new song. Or is it? Did the music just stop? What happened? Is it done? What the fuck? I think my Google Chrome just crashed. But what? What? You borked it? I didn't do anything, though. Like, Chrome just crashed, and the song didn't even end. That was weird. Yeah, jump scare. Well, I guess it knew that we were ending here soon, I guess. That's weird. Especially if you like Adam Baldwin. Do you like the Breaking Bad series? Oh, I love Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's amazing. Well worth a watch. I'll have to give it a shot. I watched parts of episodes. He's a secret agent or something, right? Isn't that what it is? My tooth is starting to hurt. Motherfuck. Just been paining me a little bit this entire time, but like, you ain't seeing the basement, bitch. What? Guttural. For half and all. Man, it's nice seeing y'all, though. Avenging Tragedy, Tropical Bears, Well-Worn Condoms, C-Trado. For half and all, Grim 420, Novi. You look phenomenal, Dan. Oh, thank you so much. I'm at the lightest I've ever been in my life, which I'm very proud of, and haven't been working really to maintain too much recently. I've been just kind of eating crap and not exercising really too much. I mean, this move is going to be a lot, so, you know, well, not too much crap, but I've been eating some crap. New stream goal, fix Dan's teeth. Oh my gosh, that would be so expensive, y'all. You have no idea. I would love to get my teeth fixed at some point. That would be incredible. But yeah, no, my teeth were bothering me the other day from just after the stream the other day. It was really bothering me. Have you seen the King Arthur Legend of the Sword? No, I haven't. I want to though. Is that on any sort of like streaming thing, like HBO Go or anything? I'd imagine I'd be able to check it out on there. But you look good than you used to. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I've lost some weight, down closer to 180 at this point. Been missing you, Dan. Yeah, well, so the next couple days, I might stream again tonight. I'm going to try not to start super late, but my sleep schedule got really put off by my toothache the other day. So I've been sleeping later into the night, because I'm usually nocturnal, just in general. We do graveyard shift. My girlfriend works at an overnight pet hotel and does graveyard. Oh, is it blurry? Focus! Is everything breaking? Hi, I'm Dan. So yeah, I'm usually kind of more so graveyard shift streams, but after the move, I'm gonna kind of re-level out and hopefully be on a better schedule so we can kind of do streams and everything that's a bit more, you know, works out for everybody. Hawksider, how you doing? Hell yeah! Nice seeing you. Fordow, how are you doing? Old ass fan here. I haven't been to your stream in ages. Hell yeah! How you doing, Fordow? I am assuming it's Fordow. Hell yeah, thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I'll probably be streaming again tonight, or at the very least, if not tonight, then tomorrow. Just keep an eye out on my Twitter, I'll let you know. But, yeah, we'll see. It might, maybe no stream tonight. I think that actually might be the best way to go, because I need to get we need to get a lot of packing done. And I need to get, like, a lot of this shit packed up. A lot of the stuff that, the non-essentials are on my desk and on my desk, and everything I need to get packed up. So, yeah, let's say no stream tonight, because I feel like I'd end up putting it off anyway. So, no stream tonight, and hopefully it gives me my tooth enough time to really kind of... But, okay, no stream tonight. We'll stream again tomorrow night, and then on Tuesday night, and then we'll play it by ear after that, but it might just be those 2 nights, Monday and Tuesday, might be the best bet. Tuesday, we're going to be doing the Batman Telltale season finale, season 2, The Enemy Within finale. Apparently there's the big Joker thing with that one. You guys, you need 1 or 2 Jokers, something like that. Jackbox stream has not happened. That'll probably be the next stream. So Monday night, I would say, is the Jackbox stream. Tuesday night, we'll be doing Batman stuff. So, yeah. So, love y'all. Be sure to follow if you haven't. That's the best way to know whenever I'm going live. And, yeah, that's all I got. That's all we got. Doing pretty good. The internet's still poopy, but living where you live, though that'll never change. I'm hoping to, with this move, to refigure out my internet stuff. Apparently there might be better internet. I don't even fucking know. We'll see how it goes. See if we can get it fixed and sorted and such. Movie night? Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, I need to be able to, like, move around. And, like, movie nights, I like to engage with y'all and type and everything. So I can't really, like, be doing other things while doing a movie night unless y'all don't care about me not participating as much. But I love y'all. Y'all are the effing best. Jeffrey Mitchell, thanks for coming out. CJM, thank you for coming out too. Well-Worn Condom, Dr. Chipmunk, everybody. Love all the scene, y'all. Y'all are the effing best. Sweet boy Dan. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got. All right, so thanks for watching, y'all. Thank you for the support. My goodness, we had a lot of bits and a lot of resubs and such and subs. So thank y'all for your support and for being cool. Mess with your mind, man. I don't even. Where is Total Recall on here? Did I already put Total Recall away? We have to grab that before the end here. There's Independence Day. It has to be around. Total Recall. Total Recall. Where are you? It was next to the original. Oh, it's right here. It's literally right here. Mess with your mind, man. Remember this movie? Does anybody remember this movie? Total Recall, Colin Farrell. That horrible, just like glow they put on around the title. Just like a heavy ass glow. Just like a black glow. The hell were they thinking? God of War Ascension comes out 3/12/13, y'all. Remember that game? No? Somebody... Ultraviolet Code. This expired in 2014. I think I already... Maybe required... I don't know. Hi, I'm Dan. Mess with your mind, man. Right? No? Yeah. Alright. Have a good day. Too bad you just got here. Oh, I'm sorry. We've been going for like 3.5 hours almost, so... Yeah, I'm gonna stop and eat and then finish packing. So, love y'all. Thanks for coming out. I'll put on a song before we wrap up here. I don't know why it effing borked right before the end there. It reached the Mario song, and then I was like, I'm done. Let's not finish with that one. Alright. Have a good one, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for being sweet. And I'll see you later. Bye, everybody! No? Okay. Let's go out on... Nico, it's your cousin.
Nico, it's your cousin. Why don't you take me bowling? I came into this country to live a life of trouble. But ever since I got here, man, my blood pressure has doubled. These promises of freedom and the memory attraction turned out to be a bunch of crap and misleading distractions. My cousin is an idiot. He's always in a mess. And cleaning up his problems is a constant source of stress. And every time I'm on a job, he won't leave me alone. Every hour, every minute, man, he rings my bloody phone. Nico, it's your cousin. Why don't you take me bowling? And afterwards we'll go get drunk and go rock-a-rolling. Cousin, it's your cousin. Let's get the bleeder burger and wash away the taste of all that carnage, crime and murder. Nico, it's your cousin. Why don't you take me bowling? I can't believe this. Ooh, Nico.
Don't go anywhere. You still here? Y'all, are y'all still here? You still here? I'm gonna raid Big Lou if y'all don't mind, or want to see somebody else stream right now. I'm gonna just real quick. Big Lou is doing a 60-hour stream right now. I caught his tweet a little bit about it. I didn't really, but he's doing a charity stream to benefit the Canadian Mental Health Association. Which is always, I think Lou has done, the first time I ever saw Lou, he had tweeted at me and he was doing a 48-hour stream, I think, in benefit of just suicide awareness and prevention. And I think that's very, very important and very sweet of him to do. And I think y'all should total a 60-day stream. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And he's really far into it at this point. So let's raid Lou. Let's say Dan's raid, spread some love. And yeah, let's go hang out with Lou. So we're going to do that real quick. Let's do it. I'm doing it. Y'all down? Let's do it. All right. So love y'all. Thanks for coming out. Be sure to show Lou some love. And yeah, So we'll pop over there and say hi to him. He's playing some Overwatch right now, so that sounds good. Let's do it. Let's do it! Ah! Tolu! Bye, everybody!